Don't get me started.
Don't get me started. Oh, shut your mouth. Oh, yeah, that's it.
Blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
What's that?
I forgot to plug in the sound.
Yes, he did. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know, I put all the stuff in coming out of it, but I hadn't got the laptop there. And I went, oh, when I put the laptop down, I'll plug it in. And I put the laptop down and didn't plug it in. But well done. Anyway, here we are.
I almost got that sorted, like, in the length of
honestly,
the
you're
opening
incredible.
music. And I'm like, just another 4
Manic
seconds and I'd have had it.
Listen, it was amazing. Welcome in, literally everybody. So glad you're here tonight. This is the 132nd episode of Don't Get Me Started. I'm Alex. This is Jez. Welcome in, all of you. All these people rushing in to see us. It's so nice to see you.
It is nice to see all the people, isn't it?
So many people.
Well, most of the people.
Harley's here. Look at these two Clark Kents. Missy B here saying hello all and not being a terrible twat like Harley is. She's just being nice and saying hello to everyone. Whereas Harley is just calling us out as being pricks.
I do like the term Clark Kent's, though.
Yeah,
I'm
like
happy
that.
to be called a Clark Kent. Yeah.
I also saw that Will was here, I think. Was he? Will was here?
Yes, Will's here. Dropped the customary number of bits related to the episode.
Very kind. So Invasion Mikey's here.
Did say, I'll watch the VOD as I'm in a poor signal area.
He's on holiday. I think he's on holiday still.
Yes, he sent in a note. So I think it was his mum, actually. His mum sent in a note. Will cannot do DGMS today because he is in a poor signal area. Sorry.
Another subscription, thank you, from Aletha. I put 3 fingers in the bog roll, as it turns out.
You've got smaller fingers. It's 2 for us fat-fingered motherfuckers.
I just hold it like this. What was the discussion you were having?
It was about toilet roll and how you pick it up when you are mid-movement.
It's all about the roll and how you pick it. Is that what you're telling me?
That's right.
Because when you said it's all about, like, I was just like, oh my god.
It's all about the roll and how you pick it.
So,
last 3, not forefinger. Aletha, what the fuck is wrong with your hand? Pick up things like a normal person. But what I was saying
can I get a roll and maybe you can demonstrate?
Sure.
Hold on.
That's probably better than me trying to describe it. Can I get a roll, miss? Thank you for the subscription, anonymous gifter. Missy B will enjoy that, no doubt. Whee! So I'll put this down because that's the purpose of this.
How I hold it.
Well, yeah, but I'm not talking about holding it. Put it down on the sofa.
Yeah.
Right.
I know what's going to happen. This is so exciting, everybody.
You just dropped a massive deuce.
Okay.
You need to wipe your ass because it's a fucking liability.
I'm not Captain Brilliant, but okay, I'll go into it, yeah.
Liability. You need to pick up the
It's on the roll. Like this. This is my action. It's like I'm wanking off a tiny dwarf.
That's the finger I'm using, by the way. Yeah. Okay, let's imagine...
But let's imagine I'm not. Let's imagine I'm not blocking.
You're in my bathroom where it doesn't have a toilet roll holder because the toilet is basically in the middle of the room and there is no wall adjacent to you. There you go. Yeah. 2 fingers in the top of the roll.
Yeah.
And you just pick it up.
Yeah, but that's how you do it.
Because then you can use your fingers as a toilet roll holder, basically.
You have to pay for that now you've opened it. You owe me 1 roll.
I'm not going to put it up my arse, mate. Like, you can still use
this
it
is different. Now try it my way. What was her way? Like this? 3 fingers in it, like that.
But not her forefinger. So she was using those
These
3
ones?
like that.
This.
Like a fucking weird.
I hope at home you've got your own toilet roll and you're investigating.
Like, I don't know how you feel about her after all this time, but I think this is like grounds for divorce, really. Like, who the fuck picks up their toilet roll?
I've been working
with
on
3 fingers and not their dominant finger. Like, the fuck is that? Like, weird.
Grounds for divorce.
For divorce, for sure.
Whoa.
You both roll so it comes off twice as fast. Yeah, well, as I said, fucking liability.
It doesn't spin on your finger. He's spinning it on his finger.
It does spin on the finger.
Just take it.
See?
Well, I think I'm none the wiser. Thank you very much for everybody who's dropped in some bits.
Oh. Well, apparently you don't do it upright because that doesn't work. Now
you roll both so it comes off twice.
Oh, it's stuck back down again. There you go. Fresh roll.
Oh, perfect. I'll take it all back. Let's throw it over there. Okay.
Likes to give.
I don't want bog roll burn. I think I may be misunderstanding what the issue is here.
Yes.
Because, this is the easiest thing to achieve. Why is it so much harder than...
But the basis of this conversation was that we tried out the Who Gives a Crap sustainable bamboo toilet roll.
Yeah.
As yappy dogs fill the streets with the
Their
sound
yap.
of cunts. And the roll is also sustainable in some way, and it's slick or
Oh yeah.
It's not.
It's
it doesn't
made of
feel
bamboo.
like cardboard. Yeah, it probably is made of bamboo. Though
Everything's made of bamboo,
but it's really soft and shiny and slick. And the objection that Karis had to the Who Gives a Crap wasn't the toilet tissue itself. It was the fact that when she puts her fingers in the roll to pick it up, it feels weird. And I'm like, that's a pretty shit excuse to not save the planet, dear.
Yeah.
So there. Yeah.
What's going on about? What's being talked about?
Probably Barbenheimer, because that's all any motherfucker can talk about.
I want to put that in the fucking sea, but I just think maybe I just want to say it's shit. By the way, I saw that people were saying, I went onto the Cineworld thing to look at Oppenheimer, and it says, "Are you planning on seeing Barbieheimer?" And I had to leave the website immediately. Do you know that bit? I don't know if you've ever seen Parks and Rec, but there's a bit in Parks and Rec that you might have seen the clip of, which is where Ron Swanson goes to a place where they offer him vegan bacon. And they go, "Would you like to try our vegan bacon?" And he's like, "Certainly." And they give him a piece, and he throws it directly in the bin. And then the guy goes, "May I?" And he says, "May I have another?" And the guy hands it to him, and he goes and just chucks it in the bin again. And he's relentlessly kind of gets, and he's like, and in the end, he says the samples guy says, "I don't want to give you any more." And then I can't remember who the character is, but it's Aubrey Plaza's character just goes "I'd like to try some." And the guy's like, "I don't want to give you any because you're obviously going to do it." But he hands it over and she chucks it in the bin as well. But this is how I feel about Barbieheimer. I'm like, it's so cringe. It's so lame. I can't get on board. Shut up. Just stop making fetch happen. It's not going to happen.
I wasn't that concerned about watching Barbie. I'm like, I'll watch Oppenheimer at some point because that looks genuinely decent. But Barbie, I don't think it is. I don't think I'm the target audience.
I'm
frankly.
not either.
But after a week of right-wing dickheads complaining about it on social media, I'm totally down to go see Barbie. In fact, I'll see it several times because it's hilarious how much the right have objected to it. And it's just c'est magnifique.
C'est magnifique. One double Woppenheimer. Now, I don't know if we were talking about this last time, but that does sound like the tie-in that Burger King missed. The Woppenheimer sounds like... I remember back in the day when McDonald's or Burger King would come up with something to do with the new Batman film, and you go and get a Batman meal and stuff like that. Don't see so much of that now. But a Woppenheimer would have been really good.
It's because, thanks to several cunts, they can't actually do Happy Meal tie-ins with anything because they have to make the toys out of thin air and paper.
Right.
And so every toy is now shit. And you've got to put it together yourself, and it's made out of cardboard, and you get it slightly greasy or wet, and it's fucked.
It's what everyone's talking about now, so you may as well say if you want to go and see either of these films. I think Dr. Fruitbat said, no desire to see Oppenheimer, but liked Barbie. Barbie's getting better reviews than Oppenheimer. Barbie was weird as hell, but genuinely great and made with heart. Well, that's cool. And I'm fine with that. It's just, I just don't think it's something that's...
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to...
another kind of toy-based thing.
Go and see it at the cinema or anything, but I will sit down and I will watch it when it is put on DVD.
Dan watched Barbie and he said it was dreadful. Watch the Critical Drinkers review a bit on YouTube. Oh, I probably will, actually. What I would say is, I was thinking about this the other day. I've never been to the IMAX, Jeremy. and I know your opinion on cinema, and you know my kind of search for good cinema if I want to go and see something good, and I feel like I'm coming around to your way of thinking. But I've never been to IMAX, and I want to see what all these big crazy screens are, and you get another IMAX where it kind of like folds around you, and I kind of just want to see what these things are like. But I was all set yesterday to think maybe I should go up and watch Oppenheimer.
Didn't invite me though, did he?
No, I didn't. I did not invite you, mainly because I didn't think you'd want to go and see it in IMAX, because it'd be like 20 quid, and I thought you'd be like, fuck it, fuck that shit. I want to go and see it for 10 quid, but I'm not going to see it for 20 quid. What am I, mate?
Okay, it turns out he did invite me, but he also did my part of the conversation as well, which is fine and valid.
But I didn't want to go anywhere. So then in the end, right, basically, here's what I thought, and this is unfair, and there are a couple of reasons why it's unfair, and I'll tell you what they are in a minute. But, well, there's several reasons why it's unfair. But my feeling is that Christopher Nolan can't do sound properly, and Christopher Nolan made Tenet, and Tenet was shit. So why should I go and see Oppenheimer? Because it's going to be more shit. But then the reasons against that are things like The Prestige and Inception and Memento. So like, here's the question. Am I being unfair to Christopher Nolan by saying he can't do sound and it's probably going to be shit? Is that unfair? I don't know.
Is it in fact shit from the Toppenheimer to the Bottomheimer?
Love it! Love it! So, I don't know, but that's how I feel at the moment. There is going to be a lot of one. Am I being unfair? Yes, I'm being unfair, I think. Yes, okay, says Harley.
With a kiss.
Maybe I should see it. But I think no cinema experience with Top
There could be
Uncharted.
like a really light Am I the Arsehole type segment. Am I being unfair?
Am I being unfair? No, says Dr. Fruitbat. He has pretty much ruined cinema and the reason why you can't fucking hear anything these days. The point that Aletha made to me, I was like, I'll go and see IMAX, and go and see an IMAX. You said, yeah, visually that'll be great, but they don't use Dolby Atmos, so you won't get the sound. And I'm like, but if I go to something like the one the Curzon, I'll get the sound, but I won't get the visuals. And if I want to go somewhere with both sound and visuals that are like the perfect version of it that everyone should see, I have to go to fucking London or Wolverhampton. And I'm like, fuck me.
No, you have that. It's called your television.
I should just watch it on my TV.
Yeah. Although it depends how you're getting what you're watching, because Blu-rays have been normalized down to like shit volume and have been since they were brought out.
I was watching a video that Aletha sent me about how they take this Dolby Atmos and then they kind of downscale it, as it were, but then it doesn't work downscale.
Dolby Stratos?
Then they kind of just bring it back.
Is that down?
Until you're just on the ground.
I don't know geography or science or any of that worldy shit.
But like, if you have the original sound files, you should be able to make a version that's good for Atmos and a version that's good for all versions, as it were, rather than just doing one and just degrading it.
Yeah, you should order the version that suits your cinema. But it's probably not even ordering the film anymore. Most of them haven't got the proper like film machines. They've got plug in the USB stick and there you go. So
can confirm that I heard nothing in Tenet, but I could hear everything in Oppenheimer. Well, okay then. Maybe. Listen, I mean, I don't know how you can be Christopher Nolan and not respond to this, except his response was, I like it this way. And I'm like...
Yeah, the film's not for you, mate.
Yeah.
You might be making it, but you're not the end user.
This is a good point. This is a good point.
Maybe do stuff for the people that are paying you money, or they'll stop paying you money. Case in point, this cunt.
Yes. So I opted...
You opted, Heimer.
I was just like...
We're going to do this all day.
I know.
If you don't like tired, forced Oppenheimer puns, then you should probably
in
leave
the wrong
now.
fucking place. Yeah, I Oppenheimer's not to go. And do you know what? I don't know. Maybe I'll just watch it on Prime, rent it for like whatever, or wait till it comes out.
Wait even longer.
Just
watch it for free on.
Do you know what? If that's the point, I wonder if there's any films that came out 5 years ago I never saw. Because it might be time to see them. They might be cooked and ready to go. Do you know what I mean?
5 years ago, yeah, definitely. I mean, there's going to be a lull period when COVID happened and they didn't make any cinema. But you could probably watch Tenet for free now.
Oh, yeah. That's the best price for that.
That's exciting. Yeah. It's nice that everyone is just enjoying the film they want to see, like the Animal Crossing / Doom Eternal double release of 2020.
What is interesting here is that now I have no problem. I just don't think the Barbie's for me. I might watch it, I might not, but I just don't think it's for me. And I like that the it's such good marketing. I have to feel that Barbie has been marketed like nothing else, but it's not for me. But it doesn't mean I think you should go and see it. But there are people out there who like, because it's not for them, they'll hate on it anyway. Just like, oh, this sounds bullshit. And I'm like, it's not for you. Shut the fuck up. Like, I'll see things about the Women's World Cup is out on, and then people are like, well, I like the men's football. I'm like, watch it then. No one's stopping you, man. No one's stopping you. Just watch what you want to watch. It's not zero sum.
And it's those dickheads are the reason that I don't support any of it. Because, I hate the cunts that every 4 years like, well, it's the World Cup, isn't it? Gotta support the lads and all that kind of crap. Like, oh, right, so will you be supporting our national team in the Rugby World Cup? The Olympics? Any other myriad of national sports? No, it's just because this is the sport you like? Okay, then go fuck yourself and die a painful death, you massive cunt. And that's how I feel about World Cup.
Yes.
And it applies to the Women's World Cup, because those cunts won't support the English football team in the Women's World Cup, will they? No.
Support us all. Support everyone. It's England. Let's support it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to catch up with what's being said.
I think they're mostly talking to each other.
That's good.
Like, I can't really see the chat anyway, so I'll just assume they're talking to each other. Yeah.
If cinema dies, it will be because people couldn't come up with anything worth watching anymore. I think if cinema dies, it will be because it was too fucking expensive for people to go and see it. Do you know when you see these things like, I don't know, watch films or watch TV or something like that? Oh yeah, you go down to the local independent cinema and it's worth $5 or it's £5 and it's really cheap and blah, blah, blah. And you're like, oh man, that sounds amazing. In practical terms, that never seems to happen. It always seems to be super expensive everywhere.
It seems to me, at least, that cinema is dying because they refuse to actually give you the experience you want at the cinema. It's less about what is on. They could literally put anything on. But if they don't give you the experience you want there, then you're going to stop going. So why, in this day and age, when they do release so many things on like streaming services, are they not giving the opportunity to watch it first in the cinema for next to nothing, so you don't have to pay a subscription fee to whatever? They'd make a killing on that. The likes of Disney and Netflix would make a killing if it was even in the cinema for a week before it hit Netflix or whatever.
Maybe it's a being in the South thing, but I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know what it is in Manchester, but it's £11 to go to Cineworld here. So if you go to Dover Cineworld, it's £11 for a ticket. Is it £11 for a ticket in Manchester? Is it £11 for a ticket in Newcastle? I don't know. But I would probably presume that it was. I mean, I don't know why it wouldn't be. But...
because it's a national chain, it should reasonably be the same.
The North!
Doesn't mean it is, yeah.
You can do the reclining seats at the View for £8 in Manc. Okay.
Yeah, but you've also got to avoid the bullets, so...
Check your privilege, guys. The cinema prices in the US are insane. Are they? Fucking hell.
I did pay a lot for the cinema when I went in the US. I've been to the cinema twice in the US. But I also was sitting in a giant seat that was like heated/cooled, depending on your preference. It reclined. It had a massive hole for your massive drink. I had more legroom than I've ever had in anything in my life.
Sounds amazing.
And there were no issues with the sound or anything. So that was the experience that I wanted. And it still didn't really persuade me that I would do that more often.
I can get View tickets for under £6. So I see pretty much everything. Where do you get View tickets? You get it from work? Because I used to get half price tickets and it'd be great. And then suddenly all the perks thing at work were like, oh, well, we're not going to do it half price anymore. We thought we'd do like 90%.
90%?
Not off.
Why don't you just kick me in the crotch?
Do you know what I mean?
Dicks.
We'll just do like 10% off, as it were. Like, I'm like,
do you want to
plus booking fee? Just like,
do you want to stop me taking in a sausage roll as well, dickhead?
Oh my god. Anyway, we're talking about all this stuff. I don't know if I have it in me to see the cinema. There's so much good stuff on TV.
There is.
It's right there. Fuck the cinema. Fuck the cinema. I feel like I'm starting a movement. I just don't know that I care.
I started the movement.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
You're just agreeing with me, which...
I feel like you're starting a movement.
I thoroughly endorse this idea and or product. The product
Fuck the cinema.
Fuck the cinema.
Fuck the cinema. Down with the cinema.
And by which we don't mean go in the lower stalls rather than on the balcony.
No. I only watch Twitch these days. There, see? Mike knows.
And by Twitch, he means Don't Get Me Started.
Yes!
He only watches Don't Get Me Started these days.
So as well he should.
It's the only thing worth watching, really.
Cinema for the Sea. I don't know if I'm there.
We'll see.
Maybe.
We'll see if we
We'll
get
see
there.
when we get in it, maybe it'll go in.
To the segment later on.
Speaking of TV, I gave Strange New Worlds another shot. It's great. Hated the first episode. Rest is excellent. Oh, that's cool. Ah, you know what? Dr. Fruitbat's very even-handed reviewer.
I haven't seen the second season yet. There are lots of complaints about the second season, so I'll probably like it. It's just how I roll. Really.
Yeah. Balconies in cinema. Someone's doing well. It's really nice, actually. The silver screen has got a really nice. The look of it is really great. Which is why I'm kind of a little bit like I do like the silver screen. It's just
no legroom on the balcony though.
No,
like I can't even sit in the seat.
If you sit in the little love seat bits in the back, you'd be okay.
I didn't really have that choice. The only time I've been to that cinema, I was literally sitting like this with my legs over the top of the seats. So
yeah. I miss crosswords, Reese and Captain Brilliant, Alex Marbles, and wrestling. Well, yeah, almost all of those I miss as well. I mean, I'm not so fussed about Reese, obviously, but the rest of those, you're absolutely right.
And if you still want to chat wrestling, Mike, it's still on every Thursday currently.
I'll tell you something. I can't be certain. I suddenly turned into Christopher Walker. I can't be certain. I'll tell you something. I might be doing. There's a possibility of a Thursday stream coming up in August. I think it's going to be the 17th.
Cryptic. Not even I know what this is about.
No,
this is brand new information, straight from his brain to your
out of my mouth into
faces.
Your stupid fucking ears. The 17th of August is a Thursday.
Or as the rest of the world deems it, 3 days after Jez's birthday.
Yes. And in 3 days he rose again.
That's the
in accordance with the scriptures.
How it's written on the calendar.
Ascended from his bed, from his hangover, to rise again. Amen. So yeah, I mean, I need to bash out the finer points of that, but yeah, maybe we'll put a little thing about that on the events section in our Discord. Or something.
Oh yeah, that's a thing. The events section.
The events section. Yes.
Forgot about that.
And by the way, if it works the way I want it to, I think you'll have a good. I think you're going to have a good time. It's going to be live. It will be a live. It will be live. It's not going to be like it's not us. He's not just trying to play it cool. It's
no. I literally have no idea.
Yeah.
I'm not. I probably won't even be here to do an extra thing. Like there probably won't be a DGMS that week either. So
because see above.
Yeah, because I'll be away. Probably.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll remind you again about that at the end, but like we'll talk about it. Well, actually, I'll tell you, I won't remind you again at the end because I don't know any more than I would do now. But like, potentially,
I'll remind you again
next
the week before if it's
yeah.
a thing. I mean, it's not that far away.
No,
because,
that's why I'm thinking.
Is this the last show in July for us?
What day is it today? It's 25th.
Yeah, so it will be, won't it?
Yeah,
because there's no 32nd of July.
It's getting close to my birthday.
It is.
And I still haven't made a decision what to do. Are you away? Are you around for my birthday? Are you away for your birthday?
I'm probably going to be away for my birthday, yeah.
All right, well, let's do something.
And by
for
probably, I mean definitely.
Okay.
Do you want
to do another? Do you want to burn in there?
Yeah, now that my mouse is working, I do quite fancy knowing. Yeah.
When is your birthday? At the risk of giving out that sort of information, I'll let you know also. But I will tell you. I'll tell you
so damn hard.
You can all, or Harmstone will have whispered it to you in the intervening time.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care about telling people my birthday.
No, I guess I don't care that much, but I'm just restricting any information I've got. I suppose it's a good thing to do, or like Hannah will have a go at me for like apparent or not existent doxing or whatever. Tell me so I can steal your identity. I will not. But I do want to do something on that weekend. Right, where do you want to go now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that.
Do you have any over there? Or is it just these?
I don't have anything.
Okay, so am I going to read all of these?
Sure. Or you can pass me the clipboard. I don't care.
Okay, we'll do something like that.
Yeah. Anyway, introduce the segment.
This is our confessions.
Dun 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 dun.
This is your confession.
Wasn't the tune that I was doing, but it went with the cadence of what you said, so I just rolled with it, to be honest.
Cool. This is a section where we have some confessions, and you can confess if you want to by clicking on that Google link that's just come up in the chat when Harmstone typed !confess. So you can confess to literally anything you want, and then we'll read it out.
There could be some on there. I haven't checked in a while because we've had a printed backlog on our clipboards for quite some time.
I've got 4, so I'm going to read 2, and then you can read 2.
Sure.
Okay, cool.
Do you want to like back and forth rather than just doing?
Yeah, back and forth. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, confessions. Now I don't know who wrote these things, and I don't know where they came from. So if you use that form, you could.
These are all from the form.
Right, these are all from the form. So this is either the implication here is that someone has told us this, and it happened to them. But the other thing is that you could just find a confession from anywhere and put it in. It doesn't have to be yours. Right. I left my job, not because I didn't enjoy my work, but because they always give leavers generous gifts. And I knew they'd never find a replacement as it's such a skilled role. I bought an iPad Pro with the money and negotiated a large pay rise when they begged me to come back. I mean, it's funny, but it's also kind of like a bit of... what's the opposite of a humble brag? Like a cuntal brag?
I think it's just a brag, but yeah, this is definitely a cuntal brag.
Where you're a bit of a cunt about your brag.
Bragenheimer.
Good on you!
I mean, those who can should, I guess.
Yeah, right? I mean...
I guess it means that they were
there's always a risk.
Underpaying you or undervaluing you in some way. Because if you are the only person that can do this job, then they probably should have been paying you more in the first place.
This is not a bad idea.
Yeah.
You know, it's been a... Okay, well, I just ran that through in my brain.
Alex is inspired.
It won't work for me, but it should. But it won't. I mean, it would be amazing. They won't give me... There's no generous...
Today we say goodbye to Alex. Actually, I think I might have changed my mind. It seems like you really need me. No, it's okay. We've already replaced you with a computer.
Just be like...
we'll see you next time. No leaving gifts. Cause he lives, everyone's a bit skint. So see yourself out, won't you? And
why do they
have
always
a good life?
What kind of company is it that always gives leavers generous gifts? I bought an iPad Pro with the money. What money? They're giving you a gift. Did you sell the gift you got, took the money and bought something new, or did they?
I've had money leaving a job. Like sometimes people just do a whip round because they're too lazy to, get to know you or.
How much is an iPad Pro?
I don't know. I don't buy shit.
Like £1,000? Even if it was 800 or 600, is anyone really whipping round to give you 600 quid? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
I don't think he believes you.
This doesn't make any fucking sense. When people come round to me, you're not getting a tenner from me. You're not getting a tenner. You might get a tenner if I really like you, but most of the time you won't get anything. You'll get an average of between 0 and 10. And given there's like probably about 20 people ever giving you money, you're getting like 100 quid or something. No one's getting money. No one's buying an iPad Pro.
He didn't say what version of the iPad Pro. It could have been the original iPad Pro, and he didn't actually buy it. He just found it on the street somewhere. Maybe.
I mean,
yeah. Also, for the purposes of editing this for a TikTok, you need to say, "Forgive me, dickheads, for I have sinned."
God, I'm so sorry. Should I just say the whole thing again, just in case you need to do it for that?
You can do.
Because I can't be able to cut that stuff in there. You know that bit in The Simpsons where it's the one with the
Atlanta Falcons.
No, that one.
And the Denver Broncos.
The candy convention where he has to take the babysitter home, and she sat on the candy Venus de Milo, and he takes it off her ass, and she thinks that she, and he's like,
sweet Venus,
and like it's. He does the bit on the kind of 60 minutes thing, and the clock keeps going back and forth. And it's just like, so someone had to take the babysitter. I saw she was sitting on a sweet can. So then I wanted to touch her sweet can. So, Mr. Simpson, you're admitting you touched her can. Mr. Simpson, your science will incriminate you further. No, I just kind of feel like if I don't get this right, I'm going to have to... I left my... So I forgot what I'm going to be doing. Forgive me. Forgive me. Forgive me. Forgive me, you fucking dickheads. Forgive me, dickheads, for I have sinned. And then you can add the rest in. Who gives a shit? Yeah. Right. Precious Venus. See you in hell, Candy Boys. That's a great episode as well.
We're about 2 steps away from this just being a Simpsons podcast at this stage.
I know.
I think we talk about the Simpsons every week.
Simpsons. It's just amazing. Well, not anymore, but it was. The bits I'm talking about, like in fairness, it's season 4 and... But... Yes. Well, listen. That's a good confession. I just kind of think it's kind of cunty, I suppose. Like, you want me back. I know you do. This person's going to come in with their iPad Pro and just be like, so I'd like to negotiate it on my iPad Pro you bought for me, and be like, I think I'd do anything I could to not have this person back in the company if I knew that's what they were doing. Also,
those seagulls are loud. Well, yeah, welcome to Folkestone.
Oh, can you
see one right now? They never usually can hear.
Never hear anything.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's just normal noise for us. It's just the way life is here in the stone.
I'm gonna get a bit of Pepsi.
Okay.
I'm gonna move this
in. Forgive me, dickheads, for I have sinned. If I'm drinking a bottle of fizzy drink with an attached lid, it goes in the landfill bin instead of recycling. Fuck your attached lids.
Well, you agree with this.
I absolutely agree
with
this.
You didn't write this, did you, Jeremy?
I did not write this, but this is a man, woman, or other denomination of gender after my own heart.
What I will say is, yes, we all agree. Attached lids. I mean, I get it. Maybe, are we on the wrong side of history? Should we be just like, come on, it's attached lids, it's useful, it's clever. But it's kind of annoying.
No. Did you recall what I did with the attached lid when we went to Wimbledon?
I think you flung it at a player. Did you do that?
I didn't do that, no.
I don't remember what you did.
For the purposes of wanting to go back to Wimbledon, no, I did not do that.
Did you tear it off, like, infuriatedly?
I did infuriatedly tear it off. That is exactly what I did with it. I didn't put it in the landfill. That's a good idea. But also, I love recycling about as much as I hate attached lids. So this is a quandary for me. I wouldn't really know how to do that. So yeah. Yeah.
Is that wine? It's not wine, I'm afraid, Missy B. It's Pepsi. I ran out of... I had some wine. I was drinking wine last week, though. I had some wine last week. But I foresee on the horizon this weekend a drinky weekend, because we've got friends coming down, and on Friday night we'll be going out for something to eat, and on Saturday night we've booked somewhere to go out to eat. It's Pride all day Saturday, which is going to be sitting around in the sunshine, probably drinking. If it wasn't clear, they'll be drinking with the food. And then I would imagine in the evening, after the food, I want to go to the pub. So I'm thinking I might have to not drink during this week, lest the week become all alcohol all the time. So no, regrettably, that's Pepsi. I am drinky drink on Friday too. Yeah! Well, maybe I'll see you out drinking.
Well, I'm driving, so I don't get to drink. But we are nearing the day where I walk here so that I can drink and then walk home again.
That sounds good.
Yeah. Alex, you look very posh.
Hello, Ben. Thank you. I feel posh.
Also, Ben, if you've sent me a DM that's a voice clip again, you might want to send me one that's text, because I don't listen to voice clips because it's 2023. Here you
go. Oh, Alex, I bought Dynamite Factory upon your recommendation for Dad last weekend. Did I recommend it? It was definitely acceptable. So I don't know what he thinks of it. If he's already drunk it, you say last weekend, he might probably presume it's he's consumed it already. It was nice. It's no Barossa B. Not that that's the name of it. I know I drank it last night. I mean, I'm wondering whether your dad has already drunk the copy. The copy? I don't know if your dad has already drunk the one that you bought for him.
That's the
Does that make sense?
that's the collective noun for wine, isn't it? Like copies of wine.
A copy of wine. I got a copy of that. Welcome in, Fahim.
Welcome.
Hello. Pepsi Max is hard stuff. Pepsi Max is called Pepsi Max. It should be hardcore. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's still the case, but Pepsi Max in the States was like an extra caffeinated version of it. It was like an energy drink. You couldn't just get a non-diet Pepsi that's sugar-free.
At some point, what I really wanted to do was drink. Okay, this is going to sound insane. Drink all the wine. is to drink all the supermarket wine, so I could give you a good recommendation of
the cheapest / best.
Yeah. But like, even so, me telling you that I think the best Shiraz is that Barossa one, we've done that. Now I need to find out what the best Cab Sav is. What's the best Cote de Rhone out there? And then I could tell you, and then you wouldn't have to fucking wonder about it anymore.
I mean, I've stumbled into cheap as fuck lovely wine, and I probably won't bother drinking anything else because I'm not a snob and I've no need to.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%.
Although I did really like that Barossa. That's the one you brought to Wimbledon, right?
Yeah.
I did really
think
like
it's
that
really
Barossa wine.
heavy and...
Yes.
I want my wine to be kind of... to just hit me in the face a little bit. And...
Yeah. And it's quite funny in a weird way that despite not really being a wine person at first and then learning the ways from you without really having any kind of direct instruction, as it were.
Yeah.
That I've ended up liking the same kind of wines that you like.
Yeah, that's cool.
I don't know how that happened, really. Must have just subliminally
taken it in.
Yeah.
We should have that wine. We wanted to do a wine tasting night where everyone brings a wine and then we all kind of taste it and we make little notes about it and just kind of see what we like about it. And then maybe, and then we kind of like rate it and see if everyone rates the same one the same way, you know. I'd be really interested in doing that.
Yeah.
Whenever, oh my God.
Have they sponsored you yet? No, they have not. But we do remain hopeful.
Whenever my wife is being a dickhead, oh, sorry. Forgive me, dickheads, for I have sinned. Whenever my wife is being a dickhead, I quietly go to the cupboard and eat a handful of our dog's dry food. In about half an hour, the resulting farts I have make her throw up. I blame it on the dogs. I mean, my goodness me, says Fahim. I mean, you may well say, my goodness me. That's how I feel. I mean, for a start, when my wife is being a dickhead, I mean, I don't know how I feel about that, but, you know, we all have the capacity on both sides of the gender line of being dickheads, so I suppose, you know. What a wonderful story.
I don't think I have any words.
I don't believe this. Who eats a handful of dog's dry food? Who does this? Who goes, oh my God, my wife is annoying me so much, I'm going to purposefully eat food for dogs in order to ensure that my farts are... Oh my God.
I mean, I think you underestimate the level of
you.
Dickhead that's out there. I think this is...
This can't be one of our friends.
I think it's feasible.
Is this Darren? He hasn't got a wife. He hasn't got a wife.
No.
The number of times I ask if it's Darren.
Dave? Could be Dave.
Could be Dave.
He's got a wife and dogs.
He does. And he's the kind of person that would do this. I don't believe this. I think it's a fun little story that's meant to shock us like it has. But I don't believe you.
Shock it like it's hard.
Who eats a handful of dog's dried food?
Black Mirror Season 6 got weird.
I know, right? So few ideas. I haven't watched any of the most recent Black Mirror, there's quite a lot I still haven't watched of the existing.
I haven't watched any of it, but I have heard that the current season has jumped the shark.
I'm not surprised because I was wondering how many times you've got the in the future we're all doing this thing, and I know it's crazy, but we will, right? Kind of thing, which is basically the Black Mirror kind of thing, you know. But I probably watched about 8 episodes of Black Mirror from the various seasons. So people have just said, you know what, San Junipero or whatever it is, that's a good one. Or what? What's the one that everyone talks about? I can't remember what the name is. But anyway, they'll name check the ones, and I'll watch those ones specifically.
The problem is, I was recommended Black Mirror by people who I don't value the opinion of in terms of television, so I have deliberately not watched it.
What's the one I think it's called where, like, the woman wakes up and everyone's, like, filming her out of windows and stuff like that, and she kind of, like, chases around the place, and you don't know quite what's happening until the end, and it's...
I think that's Pornhub, mate.
It's such a good fucking episode. What side is Black Mirror on?
Oh my god, I love that methodology of asking for
That just really kind of showing your age there, but it's on.
Yeah.
It's on. I think it's on Netflix.
On Netflix One.
Yeah, Netflix One. I'm trying to think of the name of that episode. I watched San Junipero. It was fine. It was fine actually as well.
San Junipero.
Right. I don't believe you.
He doesn't believe you.
It's not true. You don't do it. No one does it. No one eats. No one eats dog food, dog biscuits of any type. No one's eating it.
Now I have a sneaking suspicion that this is Harmstone as well.
What? Just like the one about the
lids.
Yeah, the lids.
Fucking lids. This seems like a Harmstone. Forgive me, dickheads, for I have sinned. Many years ago, I used to work for a well-known supermarket, stacking shelves. Nobody works for supermarkets.
Supermarket? Fuck off! No, you don't.
It's all self-serve.
No one did.
Mate. Self-serve, self-stack, self-shelf,
Don't
all that
believe
shit.
it. Lies.
Other alliterative sibilants. Forgive me, dickheads, for I have sinned. Many years ago, I used to work for a well-known supermarket, stacking shelves and till work. On my last day, I swiped a roll of reduced item stickers. For the next year or so, I would go there and buy heavily reduced lunches and dinners.
I don't believe you. By the way...
You don't believe anything
no,
today.
I just don't believe it.
You're an incredulous, unbelieving
I'm a
cunt.
You suggest something, I won't believe it. So I kind of do believe you might have swiped this, but like, does that mean he's sitting there with a rock? Because the way it works is obviously they bleep the item and it tells you what to do, and then they kind of do it like that.
It depends how long ago, because now they come with a barcode, don't they? But previously, it was just
right on.
Was £27 now. 3 pence.
Like,
on it goes.
That's the thing, right? At what point does the person kind of like go along and he goes like, oh, I think I'll have this prime steak fillet, which is was 33, now £1.90, and then just write it on, and the person's like, £1.90, that sounds totally reasonable. Like, it doesn't.
Because if you go to Tesco now, you'll know if one of the reduced things have been done by somebody being a dickhead, because it will have actually been reduced rather than just be like, was £2.99, now £2.79.
Yeah,
there you go.
off.
People will definitely get that, even though it goes off yesterday.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
I sort of believe it, but I also don't believe it. I also just don't want to believe it.
He doesn't want to believe it.
For the next year or so, I would go there and buy heavily reduced lunches and dinners. I'm not surprised.
Why stop at lunches and dinners?
Yeah, just buy. Like, why did you stop at all? I mean, if the basis of this is that you can do what you want, just reduce alcohol. Now, the thing about it is that clearly there's some things that will not be reduced, so the person has to be clever, but I just don't. I do know people do it, because when I worked at B&Q in Sidcup, somebody got sacked for discounting stuff from themselves for over 10 years while I worked there. Anyone for 10 years.
It took them a while to catch on. At that point, I think you just got to let them do it. If you don't catch them within the first year, I think it's fair game, really.
75% discounts, by the way, basically theft. This is theft.
Oh, yeah, it is theft. It's
this
absolutely
is theft.
Yeah,
right.
No arguments there.
No.
But it is funny theft, so...
And that's okay.
Yeah. Remember, kids, gratuitous violence is okay, as long as you don't say any naughty words.
Do you know, I don't know if I mentioned, but like, when I used to work at a supermarket where I didn't ever steal anything, and I never did anything bad... I don't know if I said this, but like, I think I started working there, and I'd always go in about 4:30, I suppose, to have my have a really super early lunch kind of thing, because I was working there until 11:30 at night, because I was staying there beyond the store closing time, in order so I could put on all the little stickers to change the stickers, basically, because if you change the sticker so it would be changing over the following day. So you could make all of the decreases you want, basically. Because if they got to the till and discovered that their item was cheaper than they thought it was, that's fine. But if you got to the till and found your price was higher than it was, everyone kicks off. So you had to wait to make those increases until everyone's gone home. So my job was to stay until like 11:30 at night every Saturday to do this sort of shit. And every time I get in...
Sounds dull as fuck.
It is a bit dull, but...
Like, don't they have computers to do that?
Well, maybe they do now, but I don't know how they do it now. I don't know. I still see sticker labels. There's still labels on the thing.
They didn't in 19-dickety-2.
No. So, I think when I was going around some places, you see they've got like LED kind of, not LED, but, like kind of an actual display on the thing. Like, that's how it should be, right?
Very common in the States, actually. Like, just LED price tags on all the shelves.
That would make sense. Then you don't have to do it. Then you just press a button and it does it.
Yeah.
But I think most places you'll still think about your labels are still done. So someone's putting them on by hand. And I did that. And it was better in a way because I felt like I didn't really want to be doing till stuff. And the bleep, 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 bleep. I just wanted to be at my leisure. I need to go out from the office and put that on. And so it was I liked it. So I would always be there.
It was probably better than not having a job.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if something meant I could womble back to the office, pick up another stack, go out at my leisure to do it in any order I wanted. It was a pretty freeing and relaxed job, and I did it over the hours I had. But I had
reducing and labeling, wombling free.
Anyway, so I'd have my lunch about 4:30, which sounds like I'll have my my break around that sort of time because I wasn't going to get a full lunch thing because I'd already had lunch. It was 4:30, and every time the grocery guys were always in there, and they were sitting in there for ages, and their job was to unpack everything and put it onto the shelves. And then one day it was a hot summer, those summers of that summer in '95, I think, whatever. And
it was a hot summer.
They put in I think I've told you this, but they put in a dehumidifier in the canteen. And I'd go in there and have my lunch and read my copy of 2000 AD. And I'd be just doing that for my half an hour and then I'd fuck off back to work.
Huh, what a future we're in store for.
Yeah. Oh, Judge Dredd. Killing another person. Drock. Shoot him in the head. Play crazy, crazy, crazy. Then I'd go back to work. And the grocery guys would just kind of hang around for extended breaks and blah, 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 blah. And then one day, all the grocery guys were fired for taking too long breaks. And the reason they knew that is because they installed a camera in the dehumidifier, which wasn't really a dehumidifier. And they just had a camera that watched them all taking stupidly long breaks and then just went, wallop, stupidly long breaks.
Oh, fuck
You're done.
off. That's looking for an excuse to fire someone. That is bullshit.
By the way, that story was told. I mean,
I don't believe it.
Hello, Hannah. By the way, I don't know the truth of that. I was just told by other people, lots of other people, so I believe it. Plus, I didn't see those guys anymore. Maybe they all left. Maybe they won the lottery in their syndicate.
Maybe they're all dead.
Maybe there was no camera. Do you ever see that episode of The Simpsons where there's a camera and a big hat? That's a bit like that. No camera. Alex dobbed them in.
Do not look at the hat. Yes, welcome, Hannah. Welcome, Karis.
Dobbed them in.
I do not remember the summer of '95. Well,
no, I wouldn't have.
Sucks to be you. It was a good summer.
It was a great summer.
Yeah. I remember.
Hanson were in the charts.
I remember during the '90s hearing Bryan Adams' "Summer of '69."
Yes,
and thinking, ha, 69. That was so fucking long ago. But now, as we sit here in 2023, the summer of '95 was just as far away.
Man, we were killing time.
Yeah.
Needed to unwind. Yeah, it's a great song and a great impression of it. Actually, we were talking earlier when Aletha was sitting here about the fact that she said to me, "Do I like it or do I know? Do I like Wuthering Heights?"
Mm.
And I was like, "What do you mean? Like, do you mean the book of Wuthering Heights or like the song of Wuthering Heights? Because I love the song of Wuthering Heights and I love the book of Wuthering Heights." And then you were like, so the answer is
TLDR. Yes.
Yes.
And then after I had TLDR'd it, he still found a way to get more words in by just saying, yes.
That is what I said.
Yeah. I'm like, just got to say things all the time.
I just love talking.
Mm.
Yeah.
Always be yesing.
Always be yesing. Alex being wordy? No. Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, no.
Oh, no.
Are you going to do Kate Bush Day? I could. Well, this was the discussion because there's a Kate Bush Day down at the Harbour Arm where everyone dresses up in a red dress and goes and does the choreography, to Wuthering Heights whilst they play the song Wuthering Heights. And it goes...
Are they also reading the book Wuthering Heights?
I'll be there it's like...
while
just reading
performing a stage show of Wuthering Heights.
That would be amazing.
If they're doing all those things at once...
Wuthering Heights, Heathcliff. Yeah, basically, they do... Out of the winding, wintry moors. There's a song by Kate Bush called Wuthering Heights, and it goes a bit like what I was just doing then. I used to do it in karaoke as well. And she does this crazy...
yeah, I do just kind of want you to do that kind of wafty Heathcliff thing again.
As I understand it, it's hand out, waft to the right, waft to the left, right? So, Heathcliff, it's me, oh Kathy, oh, come home now. So it goes like that. What a karaoke song, right?
He did say he'd do an impression because I was like, I don't think I'm familiar with that song.
I have to say, I feel that's fairly accurate. And that's how it goes. And if you feel, I don't know when it is, maybe someone can look it up, but they're doing this thing, and they did it before, way before COVID. They basically get I think they're trying to break the record for the amount of people all performing the dance to Wuthering Heights in one place. They do it down the Harbour Arm in Folkestone. Everyone dresses up in red dresses, and you go down and you they teach you it. They teach you the dance. Someone comes along and teaches you it, and then you fucking do it. And that's it. So there you go. Of course you know the choreo. It's this Sunday.
Yeah.
It's happening. Put that red dress on.
Looking forward to my quiet Sunday as all of the women fuck off to that and I stay at home watching sport. Boom.
That's how it starts.
Man, this was a tangent from Confessions.
I just wanted to talk about it.
Yeah.
So they have the world record. Yes. I don't know if that's true, but I'm just going to say it. Time to get Jez a red dress. I don't have a red dress. I presume she wears a red dress in the thing, but I don't really know that. I mean, despite what I've just told you about that, I don't know lots about Kate Bush.
And I know even less. I couldn't even remember what the song was until he sung it. So
just decided to go up a little bit there for some reason.
Makes note. This episode is entitled Heathcliff.
Heathcliff.
Is it double F-E?
It's just double F.
Shit.
That's his name. He's a romantic. I won't go so far as say hero, but I won't say tyrant. A romantic cunt, much like me.
Did she basically just look out the window and go, right, I need a character name. Heath, yeah, okay. Cliff, right, great, that'll do.
And then, and
then
she dies. A romantic twat, yes. He had a temper like my jealousy. I want a TikTok of just this. Hashtag DGMS does English lit. If I had a red dress, I would wear it to Taylor Swift. Or maybe you should get a red dress. And then you could wear it when you go down on Sunday to learn the thing.
Anyway,
I can't stop.
Before he's completely cracked and while he's wishing to say words, I think we'll move on to the next segment.
Do it. Pick it. Go.
I would do, but my mouse is being twat again. Right, there we go. And it's the segment that we like to call Agony with Alex.
Listen, you'll take my advice and you'll fucking like it. I'm laughing at myself.
He does that a lot. Yeah. We haven't done Agony with Alex for a while. I think the last time we did an Agony was the DGMS 24.
Ah.
So it's been a good amount of time.
Agony.
Yeah. For those uneducated or just generally obtuse, Agony with Alex is the segment in which we have a problem for Alex to solve. It's a bit like an Agony aunt. But it's Alex, and he's not an aunt.
That's true. I don't like solving problems all that much, Jeremy. I have to say, puzzles. I don't like puzzles.
No, he
all that
fucking
much.
hates puzzles.
I don't like puzzles.
That's true.
I don't like puzzles. Puzzles annoy me. I hope there's not a puzzle involved in this. I hope it's not like Agony, I've got to get this train, but then it's leaving at this time, at this speed, and another train is coming from a different city. I just can't be bothered with that.
Have you read it? Jesus.
Maybe it's that.
Agony Kent. He is an Agony Kent. Dear Alex.
Hello.
How do I get my boyfriend to stop peeing/pooping on the toilet seat?
You can't. He's a lost cause. Kill him.
There's more context.
Oh, okay. Well, how much more context can there be? If there's nothing more to say about this. I mean, what you're going to say is, my boyfriend pisses on the seat and sometimes shits on the seat, and I don't want him to do it. Throw the whole man away. Carry on. Sorry, yes, carry on.
I just moved in with my long-term boyfriend 3 months ago.
Yes.
I noticed he forgot.
I noticed he forgot.
Totally forgot it. Got the Strugats to go with it. I noticed he forgets to lift the seat when he pees and forgets to wipe the seat, I assume, not himself. Oh, God. But lately, because he's a bigger dude...
Lately...
Been wondering why you can't piss in the bowl.
I've watched you. I've guided you. You can get it in the hole. Is that how it goes?
That is how it
goes.
But lately, because he's a bigger dude, the way he fits on the seat, I guess his butt is too big and he's getting shit all over the back of the toilet seat. We keep fighting about it because, duh. We keep fighting about it because when I ask him to come clean, he starts yelling, "It was an accident! Don't be a nagging bitch!" Which is a good way to de-escalate any argument, obviously.
Fuck me.
But this accident keeps happening. We've had this big fight 2 times already where we're yelling and screaming at each other. He doesn't even wash his hands after he poops. He hasn't brushed his teeth since May and doesn't do any other cleaning around the house.
Why are you still with him?
Good question. I have the answer. We just bought this house together, so it's a little more complicated than just leaving.
I don't think it is.
But what can I do to help him care about his hygiene and the cleanliness of his house? Oh boy, over to you.
I will say now a couple of things. I don't believe you didn't know about his cleanliness before the house situation.
I don't think this only comes up when you move in together.
Presumably you might have been sharing a flat before you bought something together, or like renting something before you bought something together. But even if this were the first time when you ventured into this together, don't believe for a second that you hadn't noticed that you needed to be living in this property together to suddenly notice he doesn't brush his teeth, to suddenly notice that all the other things that we're saying about his cleanliness. These habits that you have discovered were not discovered just now.
They are fully embedded from a very long time ago.
Like
probably
a shit
since
on
childhood.
a toilet seat. They were there from the start. And you knew this. So that's really super weird for a start. But even if you didn't, don't tell me you can't. Like, these things, a lack of cleanliness and hygiene, should have been there all the way through. So I'm really, really surprised, that
surely you'd been able to tell he wasn't brushing his teeth.
Yeah,
well, it does say
like
3 months ago they moved in together. So if they hadn't lived with each other before, maybe he was brushing his teeth. He's like, right, now I've got her in the house now. I can stop doing
here's
that.
the thing. It's like, stop being a nagging bitch, mate. That's it. We are done, right? But aside from that, I'd be like, I'm not nagging you, mate. This is fucking hygiene 101. This is the kind of stuff your parents should have taught you. Cleaning your fucking teeth.
And it's probably clear that the parents knew about this, but rather than warning her so that she would just jettison this fucking slobby git and moving the fuck on, they were like, we won't tell her, then he'll be her problem and we can have a nice life again.
Here's the other thing, is that's just like he's a bigger guy, the toilet seat just doesn't wash at all, because you could probably buy something bigger, or you can get something bigger, all that stuff. But the bottom line is, what do you think? What's he doing?
I mean, his asshole's the same fucking size.
Right?
Just sit a bit further forward, if that's the case.
But here's the thing, is that regardless of whether it's too much and it spills out for some fucking reason, are you telling me he just does all that stuff and then just thinks, yep,
that's totally reasonable.
There's stuff all over the seat.
Now.
I'll just leave that there for the next time and just pile it up. What is wrong with someone? It's like, if you spill milk on the floor, you don't just go, I guess the milk just went on the floor. That's its home now, and it will remain there forever. No, you just get a cloth and you wipe it up. So who looks at the toilet like that and goes, pile of shit there, Smells like shit. It's disgusting.
Seems reasonable.
That's where it lives now. No one does that.
Off to play the Xbox.
It's just, there's no part of this. And you're telling me that we just bought this house together, so we can't just split up. Yes, you can.
Yeah, you can. Or alternatively,
You just don't want to.
what you could do, if I offer my own advice,
Oh, please do.
collect evidence of what a slovenly cunt this boyfriend is, then stab him in the head, and when the police come to arrest you, show them this evidence. They will deem it totally reasonable,
Yep.
and you will have a house
Donk, donk.
and no dickhead boyfriend.
This is insanity.
Yes.
I wonder where we found this. Who these people that write to us? I'll say. So, is there a question that's like, what do I do about this? You split up with him. That's the end of it.
I mean, the main question was, how do I get my boyfriend to stop peeing/pooping on the toilet seat?
You ask him not to.
Yeah.
You tell him this is fucking disgusting. And by the way, I don't want to be with someone that's fucking disgusting. So you're on thin fucking ice, my pedigree chum. But as it happens, I think we should skip to the future where this is never going to change. And essentially, you've got to think to yourself, this is the person I'm going to be with now. Do I want my life to be this for the next, 30, 40 years if I stay with him and get married to him and blah, blah, blah? No, I don't want this. So get rid of them. Please note, Jez is not a lawyer.
But I did play one on television once. By television, I mean in a dream. It was actually a nightmare. All of the people that I was representing went to prison. It was horrible.
Terrible. They probably got what they deserve.
That sounds like my boy, says Mike. Skids up the loo and then plays Xbox. Then I have a go at him. Fair enough.
Listen.
Maybe you need to find him a girlfriend, and then it'll be her problem.
Correct. Put all you is in the bag and get on your Nico knees. How you doing, Alex? I see Jez is hatless again. I'm doing well.
Do you know, I don't think I've worn a hat on DGMS for a good few weeks, actually.
Yeah, since you had your really cool hats that you liked.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I did wear one once when I bought new hats. But
New hat. Well, listen, just going to wrap this stuff up in this agony. This is agony for literally everyone, including the woman here who's unhappy with her boyfriend.
Mostly for her, in fact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If this guy's response to shitting everywhere is not to go, oh my God, I'm super mortified, because I fucking would be. If my girlfriend had to say, by the way, you've literally shat yourself everywhere, I think I would probably try and kill myself. Just step into a hole somewhere, like, hope the world swallowed me up. But this guy's like, his response to being called on his cleanliness is to tell her to fuck off, you nagging bitch. I think the relationship is fucking done. And you just don't know it yet. So good advice from me to you. Get rid of him now.
Yeah, where is Tamsin when you need a good throw the whole man out?
By the way, what I think Welsh Nana K has said and what Aletha has said is similar to the setup that I have, is have 2 bathrooms. If you really, 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 really want to sort this out, 2 bathrooms, 2 loos. Only rich people have 2 loos. And then he can shit that one into oblivion and you can have a lovely one. But one day you'll still have to go into his toilet and you'll push open the door and all this fucking shit will come out where he hasn't washed it for the last 18 years. So, at one point, depends whether you can be happy with having that outside out of mind. Problem is who clears. No one will clean the other bathroom. No one will clean it. He won't clean it. What you're saying is, are you happy with a room that's just an absolute shithole in every sense?
Yeah.
Which you won't be.
So you don't have to be in the room where it happens. You can get another room.
Room where it happens. Fuck that guy.
Click.
Right. Congratulations.
We're all disgusted and grossed out in equal measure.
I mean, I would say I don't believe it, Jez.
But you wrote it, so...
That's true. My old shit. My own shit. My old shit. So...
I don't know what that means.
TTWMA. Thank twats. We met Alex.
That's what people say.
That's what people say, Jeremy.
They sing it from the rooftops.
Twats, we met Alex, they say. Yeah, and I'm like, I understand.
I think Karis Matthews sung about it as well. She was like, every day when I wake up, I thank twats, we met Alex. I think that's how the song went.
Harmstone, you know that's not what it means.
Yeah.
It's not what it means.
Every day. Anyway, shall we
twats
move
we
on?
met Alex.
Hashtag.
Hashtag thank twats we met Alex.
Or hashtag TTWMA.
TTWMA.
Yeah. That's going on a t-shirt.
A TTWMA.
Or a TTWMAT.
Titwamat. Right, I think we've gone a little bit mad. Do you want to go to the segment we call Get in the Sea?
I do. Shall I push the button?
Push the button.
Okay.
Won't you come with me? Gonna eat it in the sea. Won't you come with me? Gonna throw it in with glee. If you really, really hate it and you'd love to desecrate it, won't you come along with me and put it in the sea?
Things are getting in the sea, everybody, and you can put them there if you want to. You can suggest something to put in the sea. I think Harmstone did.
He just put himself in the sea. We've been trying to do that for ages.
Sploosh! Just pull that chain and just let yourself just... My favourite. It's good. It's a great, great segment. There's so many things, Jeremy, that we don't like and we want to get rid of, and we throw it in the sea. Do you think it's reckless? Do you think there are environmental rights or issues or laws that we're breaking here?
I think it would be reckless to leave these things on the land to piss us off. It could lead to murder.
That makes a very good point. So if anything, we're saving people's lives.
We are.
Thank God for that.
Yeah, because otherwise we'd kill them.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd be very worried because that's what I was just saying. We've thrown so many things into the sea. I thought maybe we were breaking some sort of law and we haven't thought about it. But we're okay? You think we're on steady ground? We'd have to ask Ali, but he's not here.
I don't think we give a fuck.
Oh, he said, hey! I thought you were like,
hey!
Hey!
I'm seeing here!
Bada bing!
I don't really give a fuck. And B, I would have expected by now that we'd have run out of things to put in the sea, because we've put a lot in the sea. Lots of things have fucked us off. And you off. We've taken suggestions as well. But yet, they persisted, and there are still more things fucking us off that need to go in the sea. And I think we're still working through the backlog of suggestions that were placed in our Discord over time. So let's get those out of the way, and then we'll have to actually make up some new content for this show. We've been working on the backlog for the last 17 episodes, and it's been fucking brilliant, frankly.
Just Stop Oil are coming for you. Is Just Stop Oil the protest group that keep throwing orange things at people?
Correct.
Are they Dutch? Because that would make a lot of sense. Because...
They are not.
Oh, okay.
They are Dutch. Dumb.
Is that a real place?
No, but it is a real state of mind.
Just like you went, Dutch, you dumb. And I was like, that sounds, I know, sounds like the orangey bastards. I don't know what Just Stop Oil. Am I missing the branding here on this one? They just want to stop oil. They don't want oil anymore. Because I don't know what's going on. I don't give a shit. All I know is that sometimes at Wimbledon or the snooker, they come along and drop orange things on it. So imagine if it's just a really poor PR stunt from the Netherlands. What I've learned about Just Stop Oil is every time I see it, I think, I really must go to Holland. I don't think they do. I'm like, that's a good point. The Netherlands is really great. We should hang out there.
Have they got like trailers or promotional materials on the internet? Because you should totally just edit it and change it to Holland.
Holland.
Yeah.
Because we really, really like orange. And they they love orange in Holland.
Love orange? Holland.
They bloody love it.
Yeah.
It would be really awkward for Royal Dutch Shell. I suppose it would be.
But largely, fuck them. They've jumped the shark. As far as protesters are concerned, they've jumped the shark.
What's wrong with oil?
Well,
we use it. How did I cook? I couldn't have cooked without it. I've got a car to run.
There are many things wrong with oil. Don't get me wrong. The premise of their protest is fine. It's just the way that they go about it is completely arse backward wrong as far as I'm concerned. And
I genuinely don't understand how they can get into these events with powder.
I don't understand how they can get into these events full stop. Like, I'm going to join what are they called? Just Stop Oil so I can get free tickets to fucking Wimbledon. How the fuck did they get into Wimbledon?
Do you know, I think you made a really good point there. Like, these guys are getting to go see it, and it's like, right. And basically, in the third game, you've got to go and drop it onto the court.
Sure. And then I'll just be sat there enjoying the sport.
Yeah, but then the person will be like, the third one, can I just throw it in the fifth set of Novak versus Alvarez or whatever it is? Can I do it like a couple of points near the end just so that I can kind of watch most of the game?
Yeah. I mean, could I try and peg Lewis Hamilton in the face as he drives round the lap after the final lap, i.e. when the race is finished, because that'll make a really good point. The cameras are all going to be on him, so just throw it then? No? After I've watched the whole race? Yeah. Yeah, that's why none of us can buy anything on Ticketmaster, because these cunts are buying them all so that they can
bring in a load of orange powder. I mean, that's the thing. When we went to Wimbledon, they checked our bags, basically.
Yes.
But there were areas in that bag they didn't check. And they kind of, I've seen
you. Do you know where else they didn't check?
Where else didn't they check?
Our arseholes.
No.
I was waiting for it and slightly excited about it, but it didn't happen.
They've changed the rules at the All England Lord Tennis Club. They don't check arseholes anymore.
And let me tell you, when you go and see the NFL, you can't take fucking anything into that.
No.
You can take like one tiny little coat inside a bag, as long as that bag is completely clear and is smaller than the glass that Alex is drinking out of.
No one is gonna drop orange shit at the NFL because they've all got a clear bag policy, and you ain't gonna get it in there.
Yep.
Also, here's the thing: at Wimbledon, there's a load of soldiers all standing around the edge of the thing, and I'm like, shit me, they got past the soldiers. Yeah, the NFL has guns, though.
Not here, though, Harmstone. There's no fucking reason that the International Series has to have the general NFL rules. It's a bullshit.
Yeah, that's what we need, guns. That'll solve the problem. Guns. What did they never had a problem. No problems with guns. Guns are very useful. So...
guns are bad. You shouldn't do guns, okay?
I just, anyway. Well, I'm not putting just... stop oil in the sea.
No.
Because it'll just float on the top of it, right? That's what we understand about oil.
Yeah. Anyway.
I'm going to read these. I've got one. Do you have any to add? Or you might think of one?
I might think of one.
And then I'll read the one that's on the thing. If you have a suggestion for something to put in the sea, you'll get the idea. Athletes taking pictures biting their medals. What do you think about that? Jeremy, is that something you dislike enough to propel into the sea with,
No, I mean,
extreme prejudice?
They've worked hard for the medal. They can do what the fuck they want with it.
I mean,
they're the one devaluing their own product at the end of the day. If you want to sell it down the line to feed your drug habit that comes after you stop being an Olympic athlete, then by all means devalue your medal and you'll have slightly less cocaine when the time comes.
Now,
that's your choice.
I've held a gold medal. But I haven't bitten it because it wasn't mine to bite. And it was quite...
I mean, that's the type of gold medal you should bite, really.
Someone else's.
You're devaluing someone else's thing instead of your own.
Ah, yeah, that's a good point. But I didn't, for fear that they might chuck me out. But when I held it, it felt quite solid. So when you bite the medal, if you actually bit down on it hard, aside from probably breaking your teeth, would it actually make an imprint? Because...
Well, if it's real gold...
But I presumed it was like gold... plated or gold on the outside. I mean, I don't know.
I think that's part of the reason that they bite it.
Plus, they never really bite it hard. Isn't that just a photo opportunity?
Yeah.
I don't think they do that.
Now I want to know what kink we shamed.
What kink did we shame?
I mean, they're
usually gold plated.
I'm happy to kink shame, but I would like to know what kink I shamed, to be frank.
So, no one's there taking a fucking... No one's like, Well, this was Harmstone's one, so perhaps he could talk on it, like what it is that... Do you just think it's fucking lame? Is that your point?
I think he's just angry at the world. And even more so than us, really. He's sat there at work when he's supposed to be working.
Zinc shaming.
And instead of working, he's ranting about how the other people aren't working, while also... making random things about gold medals for some reason. I think he might be the last angry man, and luckily
that's crazy because I thought I was.
Put himself in the sea, so we don't need to do that.
I don't want to put athletes taking pictures biting their medals in the sea.
Neither do I.
But I see where you're coming from, but it's not going to happen. We'll move along
swiftly. Taylor swiftly.
I do like zinc shaming is actually quite a good joke, and I don't think it quite got what it deserved from me, but I have an amusing respect for it in my brain. But it didn't come out my mouth as a laugh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Mainly because I was still thinking of the last part, and so the two bits of the joke didn't connect for me. But anyway, mandatory stealth sections on video games. Another one from Hearthstone. I mean, yeah, I'm trying to think, because I play a lot of games which are stealthy anyway, and I love stealthing around, so every part of the game is often...
Yeah, you're pretty much looking for games that are hidden stealth sections, except not hidden.
They are
very obvious
overt
stealth sections, just stealth.
Yeah, I like playing a bit of Dishonored, where they stealth around the place in that, and there's some stealthy aspects, of course, there are to Deathloop, greatest game of all time. But I think there's a bit in sometimes...
You didn't want to be caught nodding then, as he says, the greatest game of all time.
And then resume. There's a game I used to play years ago on the PlayStation, the original PlayStation, called Siphon Filter. And Siphon Filter was a lot of fun, and you're running around kind of like shooting things, and you're like a government agent shooting the shit out of stuff. So most of it is just like going along railway tracks and just shooting things, stuff like that. But then there's a bit partway through where there's just a museum, and they're like, okay, so the guy's gone into the museum. Follow him, but don't follow him in too closely. So you have to kind of just like stealth behind him, and occasionally, as you know, the guy will turn around and be like... And at that point, you'll have to duck behind something. So you get to learn it. There's a lot of trial error in these things.
I followed?
Yeah. And there'll always be a bit where
Are not.
You can kind of guess it and follow it fine until there'll be a point where they get too far ahead or they stop and they do something unexpected and then you're caught out. And then you're like, oh, that bit. I have to remember that bit now, and you start again. So, like, it's this that you're talking about.
Yeah. The worst stealth section in a video game I have ever played in my life was on 24, the video game, which was basically you had to go through like the duct system somewhere in a building,
right,
as Jack Bauer, and then get down.
And
then you were in like a sound sensitive room, so you couldn't like breathe or anything, and you had to like control his breathing and stuff.
Ugh.
And literally I was just stood there, and it's like, you breathe too hard. I'm like, motherfucker, and it was just excruciatingly fucking annoying.
Splinter Cell does sound like the kind of computer game that would have this sort of issue in it, but isn't Splinter Cell a lot of this kind? Oh, I'm thinking of Metal Gear Solid, actually. Metal Gear Solid has a lot, but that's mainly stealth, I think. I don't know much about Splinter Cell. I threw my Breath of the Wild cart in a bin when I hit a forced stealth section. I did fish out and complete it, but it was teeth-grindingly awful.
Well, that was going to be my suggestion. Harmster says, to be clear, this isn't stealth sections, it's forced stealth. I don't want to be forced into it.
Yeah, you're
not forced to do anything, mate. You can just turn the fucking thing off.
I remember buying the Wind Waker, and there's a bit in that where you have to like stealth around for ages. You get in a little barrel, and then you move the barrel around, which is quite funny. They get in the barrel, move the barrel, and the orcs are like, that barrel was got closer than it was before. And as long as they don't catch you moving, they'll accept that the barrel was always there. It's kind of funny. But like after a bit of that, I can imagine. See, here's the difference. Here's like forced stealth. I don't know.
I don't really understand the difference between a stealth section that you have to pass to complete the game and forced stealth. Is there a distinction?
I think if I may, Jeremy, I think I may understand this. Harmstone has bought a game under the impression there will be zero stealth, and now he has been forced to do a level that he did not sign up to on purchasing the game. Am I correct in this? He bought a game which he believed in its entirety would have zero stealth, and now in order to proceed with the game he's enjoying, he has to get past this, and he doesn't want to.
Oh, right. In that case, allow me to reach for my very fucking small violin. And lament your first world problem there, cunt. Fuck off.
I don't think it's going to get in.
By the way,
yes.
Wind Waker.
Yes.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
Yes.
How much waking of the wind was involved? Were there alarm clocks, or
the wind?
Did you have to keep the time yourself?
The wind was very prompt. Actually, often didn't even snooze. Didn't even hit the snooze button.
Must be nice.
Once I woke it once, it remained up. It's kind of crazy, really.
It happens to me quite a lot, actually. Once I wake it once, it's up.
The things I don't like is probably mostly on GTA. Maybe there's a mission on it every time.
GTA ones are fucking awful.
Where you have to follow someone, you have to stay close enough that you don't lose them. You're losing them. Catch up. You're too close. They're going to notice you. You're losing them. Catch up. You're too close. They saw you. Oh, shut the fuck up. Ah! And you just drive off something.
And then somebody just parks sideways in the middle of the road and just gets out of the car and derps around and like, I kind of need to get past. They're getting away. I'm like, I know. You hit the car. Poof. Oh, they notice you. I'm like,
No kidding. I'm in their back seat. That's right. Aletha says in Spider-Man, if you fail the stealth, you just have to fight. Whereas in these other things, if you fail the stealth, they're like, do. They saw you. And you're like,
try again.
Do you know what? I kind of want to put it in the C because I can kind of see it. I'm gonna allow it. I feel like I was just moved annoyed. I was just about the right amount of annoyed.
Damn.
I know.
This is where the not having to agree really ruins the whole concept of the sea. Because Harmstone gets tenuous bullshit in the sea.
Listen, I just love stucking. I love stucking stuff in the sea.
He's a massive stucker.
Poorly done stealth. Get in the sea. There it goes.
Under protest.
On the other hand, the entire Jeff section in Half-Life Alyx is incredible. You can't fight the monster and require stealth to get around him, but sometimes you have to take risks and draw him out.
I've just thought of something I want to put in the sea.
Oh, yeah?
From about 15 years ago.
Is it Harmstone?
That whole My Name Jeff bullshit from, I can't remember what film it was.
I have to say,
bullshit film.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, My Name Jeff. Like, fuck off.
You can put that in the sea.
Good, it's going in the fucking sea, because it did my head in for years and really made me rage. My Name Jeff in the fucking sea.
I love stealth when it means you can avoid fighting stuff, but yeah, not here to be forced stealth at all. There's some parts in the game where I'm like, oh my god, I have to do this? Like, the other day, we've been playing Spiritfarer, and depending on when you ask me, in the point of me playing Spiritfarer, you'll get a different response to what I think.
Whether it's a good game or not.
Whether it's a good game or not. At the beginning of playing Spiritfarer, it was one of the greatest games I've ever played. By the end of Spiritfarer, it was just a tedious waste of everyone's time. And I just, like, there was...
I think it might be 22 Jump Street, yeah.
Oh, okay. Spiritfarer is one of the most beautiful games. It looks wonderful. The art and the graphics is second to none, and the soundtrack is amazing. And it's a lovely little kind of like you're on a boat and you're making like stuff so you can cook it to give.
I'm
to the
on
people
a
your
boat, motherfucker.
But like, there's a bit at the end where you're just trying to get through this platformy bit that I didn't sign up for. This isn't the game I signed up for, which it might be widened to this. Like, it's an annoying platform section. And I wasn't playing it. I was watching Aletha play it, and I was just as anxious and annoyed about this section that they're like, also like this creature's talking to you in kind of riddles and doesn't really explain themselves, and they're kind of doing that bit where they, there's a bit where like in the second film of The Matrix where the architect goes on about Zion and shit and stuff like that, and it just kind of spouts all this flosso wank, and you're like, sometimes games just don't tell you the story properly. They kind of try and kind of riddle me this through it. So whilst this fucking thing is riddling me this, I'm also being forced to jump around on platforms in a game that isn't about platform. I'm like, oh my god, you're so fucking tedious. And every time you fall...
I do hate that in video games, when it's a certain type of game, and then they just give you a completely random different type of game during the game. That is annoying.
In the game of Spiritfarer, you can play Stella, who's the girl.
Stella!
Every time I said that. And the cat, who's called Daffodil. And
Meow.
And I was playing the cat. Meow! And
today's fish is trout a la creme.
And this is all Red Dwarf stuff, yeah. But it doesn't let you be on the screen at the same time. So if Stella jumps too far, the cat is just a little icon pointing out where it is. You can't jump and join her. It doesn't widen the screen enough.
Get the fuck up on the platform.
It's really annoying, and it means that you just have to let the other person have a go, and then they fall down, and then it's just an ill-advised platform section in a game which isn't about platforming, and it lost me entirely. And all the time, the character that's talking to you says, "Once I'd done this blindy blah, then I blindy blardy blue," and I'm like, I don't care what you're saying, because none of it makes sense, and I'm not concentrating on what you're saying because I'm trying to jump through your literal hoops. So, yeah. Video game bait and switches is a really good way of putting it.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, the game that Aletha was playing earlier, that is not at all
Bastion,
my type of game. Like, really would not enjoy that game at all. However, the fact that it had the epic narrator just chatting shit all the way behind it in a really kind of sultry Wild West voice, like, the boy didn't realize his health was fucked, and just constantly commenting on everything that she was doing as this character. Now, that's how you're going to hook me in, especially in watching it rather than playing it.
Bastion, I believe, is the first...
You're a Bastion.
first game of several that Supergiant games made, the last one being Hades. Hades is I think what they're most well known for.
Yeah,
so,
it did look like Hades, and Hades just looks like an eye test waiting to happen as far as I'm concerned. Like, why is your game so fucking small? Make it more seeable.
Yeah, a lot of people really like Hades.
I know they do. I mean, lots of people can be wrong. That's fine.
Yeah, people like Coldplay and voted for the Nazis. You can't trust people.
Which of those is the most heinous of crimes?
You can decide.
And why is it Coldplay?
Bastion. I mean, these games are not for me. Bastion is not for me. And Transistor, which was the next one after that, which I played the other night, which I thought, well, that might look good. And it does look good. And the concept is good. And the art style is good. But the game, I felt, is not good. So I still haven't worked out if I'd like Hades. Because I'm not sure I would.
I don't think you would.
I'm not sure I would either. But I can. It looks quite colourful. What I really want is a new game to play. I need a new game. I mean, I'm playing No Man's Sky, but I need a new game. Ideally, a game that me and Aletha can play together in bed. A video game that we can play together in bed.
Damn, I was ready with a list of suggestions then, but you qualified it with video game. Oh well.
I think
maybe I'll give you the list anyway. See what happens. And we're back to the vegan/murderer curve. Yes.
Overcooked. Right. Overcooked looks like relationship breakingly irritating.
It is, yes. You don't want to play that in bed. You'll never sleep. Like, Karis and I play Overcooked, and it is basically just us calling each other useless cunts for an hour.
Diablo 4, I don't like top-down blah 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 games, so I won't like Diablo 4 or any of the other Diablos.
No. It's basically Hades. It's the same shit. Just probably with different characters.
Can confirm, if you can make it through Overcooked with a partner, then you're set for life.
Get your meat out of my face! Stop eating meat at me!
God, it sounds terrible.
The rice is burning! The rice is burning! Alright. I heard you the first time.
Oh, God.
Also, I'm not doing anything about it. Could you go turn off the rice?
Oh, my God.
Come on then. Next.
I love this. Receiving threatening letters from the TV licensing people. I'm looking over there. Receiving threatening letters from the TV licensing people, even though you've told them you don't own a TV. Raised to TV license in general. I see what you're saying there. TV licensing. TV licenses. TV license cunts.
Yes.
I'm surprised, Jeremy, that this is not in there already. Because I have to say, I hate this shit.
Yes.
I have a TV license.
I have a TV license as well. But I am thoroughly on record as to the pointlessness of the TV license in the year 2023. And before you say, oh, it's because you get all the radio and all the other stuff as well, and what would the old people do if they didn't have that? I don't care. They can subscribe like everybody else. If you want the BBC, subscribe to the BBC. I get very little out of the BBC, and the things I do get out of the BBC, I end up ranting about it constantly the entire time I'm watching it. I'm looking at you, Wimbledon coverage, because I've been spoilt by the coverage of literally every other people that provide tennis, and let me say, they don't fucking move it onto a different channel to play the news that nobody gives a fuck about. They don't move it on back then onto the other channel because you can't not have Antiques Roadshow on what is apparently your flagship channel. Fuck off. Just have a channel where you play the thing from start to finish and stop fucking me around. Because while, yes, fine, while I'm watching it live, it's probably okay that I can change from BBC One to BBC Two. But if I'm not watching it live, how the fuck am I going to navigate your bullshit iPlayer to try and work out where I'm supposed to be? You haven't even separated out the different tennis matches into different, like, videos. So I've got to watch a 7-hour fucking block when I only want the last 15 minutes because you've switched the channel on me at the last fucking minute. You cunts.
I agree. I have lots of issues with this. It would be its own show if I had to go on at length of how much I hate the TV licensing stuff, aside from paying for stuff, paying too much for getting fucking little. Aside from that, which is a bad enough issue in of itself. And we've spoken about the iPlayer as a separate issue, and you can't, it's just shit. It's just terrible. Very bad.
Yeah, the iPlayer's in the sea already.
Yeah, 100%. But the thing I have a problem with most is the threatening aspect that's been brought up here. The TV, if you work for TV, I'm paraphrasing the great Bill Hicks when I say, if you work for TV licensing, kill yourself. You're a waste of fucking space, kill yourself. It's just like, I hate you're threatening people, and when we explain ourselves, you threaten again, and when we finally explain ourselves and explain, we have to like beg and grovel at the feet of the threatening bully cunts in order to convince them we don't really need one, and then finally the cunty bully dictators finally go, okay, we'll believe you, but we'll check in 2 years and give you some shit again. What on earth is going on with the world where unregulated, these people can come on and threaten people? And not only threaten people, they're going to send someone around to look. And what? You're going to come around to my house and see my TV. And then what? I use it to play video games. I use it to watch Netflix. Now, fuck off. What the fuck would you say? And also, I don't believe for a second. I don't believe it. I don't believe you have a van with a fucking thing at the top that can tell that I've got a TV here as opposed to the guy below me. Fuck TV. I hate you so much. I hate your attitude. You're such abject, complete cunts. And the only thing that makes me have to buy one is because I need one in order to watch stuff, and I want to be on the right side of people fucking not doing this stuff. But for ages and ages,
it's
I didn't have one.
Aspect of, the rules don't apply to everyone else, and
right.
And they would be fine with it. But the moment that we didn't have a TV license, we'd be caught and prosecuted.
Yeah, iPlayer just dobs you in and makes you pay. Put it in the sea and hold it there until the bubbles stop. Right? I did not think, I'm so angry about this. I remember when I lived down in Hythe and I didn't use. I didn't watch it. I didn't use it. I lived on my own. But I didn't need to watch the TV because there's nothing on iPlayer that I ever watched. So I didn't need a TV license. So all I ever watched was Netflix and maybe, Prime or a subscription service. So they sent me a thing saying, you need to pay this. And I sent them something back saying... And it
used to be the case. It was irrespective of whether you used that or not, you would need a TV license just for having a television. Even if you just played video games on it, even if you just had a VHS player, you would have to get a TV license. I don't think it's like that anymore.
At one point, when I was really looking into it, what they said on their web, at the time when I was living in Hythe, it was, you need a TV license to watch live TV. So I was like, well, I'm watching Netflix. And they'd be like, that is acceptable. We don't believe you. You need a TV license, basically. And we're going to send someone round. And what happens is they'll send you a letter, and you look at this letter, and you're like, that's a cunty bully letter. I'll ignore that. And as soon as you throw it in the bin, another one has come through like 2 hours later. And that's obviously an exaggeration. What I mean to say is they keep relentlessly sending you must, come on, tell me about it. I'm like, do you know what?
The letters pale in comparison to the actual people that come round your house to check whether you have a
if someone, fucking come round my house? If no one has ever come around my house, if I got an actual TV license, they'd get exactly this back. I'd say, fuck off, cunt. Go and get a better job, but you won't be able to because you'd be dead.
Yeah, I had.
Fuck you! Oh, I'm so angry.
I had someone come around when I lived in Cardiff. While I had a TV license, they were like, "We believe you don't have a TV license." I'm like, "I do have a TV license." Like, right? Well, we'd like to come and check if you've got a television. I'm like, "I have got a television because I've got a TV license." I'm like, "Well, could you produce the TV license?" I'm like, how does anyone produce a TV license? It's just a fucking direct debit that gets taken out every month. Like, I don't think you've ever sent me anything, or a letter, an email, anything. Like, go fuck yourselves.
Oh my God.
And so at that point, I started becoming an advocate for not paying the TV license and how to get around it wantonly. And the answer was, when you buy a television and you're asked to give your address so that they can give it to the TV licensing people, you give the offices of the TV license in place in Bristol. And there's this neat little law that you should all learn and know about. It's called implied right of access. Everyone has implied right of access to come onto your property for the purposes of delivering things, knocking on the door, general going up to your door kind of thing.
Right.
But it is something that you can revoke. So if any of these cunts come to your door,
okay,
before they even get a chance really to say anything, just casually mention, I'm revoking your implied right of access. You are no longer welcome on my property. And they won't be able to come onto your property, or they will be trespassing, and you can prosecute them. So then you can send them threatening letters and send your goons round to collect debts from them when they don't pay the trespassing fee, because they won't, because they think they're above the law.
I think the C is in fact too good for TV licensing. TV licensing in general, the whole TV licensing kit and caboodle. I think the C might be too comfortable and luxurious an area for it.
And yet, that's where they're going.
100%.
Into the sea.
Hit that.
Sapaloosh.
Hit that fucking button. I'm very angry. I'm so angry. I know that's what the show is about, but oh my god!
Can we go in the Uber Sea?
The Uber Sea.
Is that the sea delivered by rent a car? Is that what that is?
Like, the other thing is that when you look at their fucking letters, they're so bold and cunty, and it's
officious. And they don't actually have any power.
No,
they have no power whatsoever.
The language is so. Do you know what? Part of me.
They passed their emotive language section of their English GCSE. Let me tell you.
Part of me doesn't want to pay my TV license anymore. After all of this, I feel like I just don't want to pay it anymore.
I mean, it's quite an expense. Because he lives and all that.
Yeah, I think I want to get rid of that shit. Do you know, I think I might cancel it. What am I watching on iPlayer? Nothing. I was watching... Is there a way of watching it?
Technically, you wouldn't be able to watch the NFL anymore because it's live.
I pay Game Pass for that.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
They don't own it. They only the BBC.
They own the right to live television.
What? No, they don't. What?
I don't know what the rules are now, but it used to just be if you have a television, tough shit, you've got to do it. I'm going to look it up.
Do you know what?
Because that's long and boring.
I'm telling you now, it's going.
Put a pin in it.
We only use it for Strictly. That's it. My point. We only use it for Strictly.
That's definitely
Game Pass requires a license?
Yeah.
Oh man, I want to stop paying this so much.
The NFL Game Pass will require a license because it's
blows my
live
mind.
television.
My understanding was always, that may have changed because I just don't give a fuck anymore, but like, my understanding was...
What are you talking about? It's American TV. Yeah, but it's live. You're missing the point. It's the live aspect that means that you have to pay a TV license.
I understood it was any live TV from our stuff.
No. Because otherwise people back in the day would have just said, no, I've detuned BBC One and BBC Two. I only watch ITV.
I think people did say that. And I think at one point it might have been fair game, but
it wouldn't have flied.
But remember, I haven't actually looked at this for like 5 years now or something like that. So, but I think, yeah.
But yeah, fuck them.
How do we? Well, I'm not gonna. They don't get it for fucking. No, fuck you. I've got Game Pass. I pay America for that. Go and chase those motherfuckers up. Fuck off. God, I hate you so much. God, I hate you so much. I'd be fine. You know, I'd be slightly more fine with this whole thing if they weren't such cunts about it. I think this is my point. If they were just a regular people and saying, look, this is how it works. The way it works is legally, we own this, and I hope that's cool. We can set you up with this plan. It's all totally cool. And if they were nice about it, it'd be one thing. But like, you are shit, and I hope you die. Now pay the fucking money. They're abject. They're bullies. I hate them. Oh my god. Fuck this shit. Anyway, what are we going to do?
The TV license site says you need one for YouTube streaming. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Yeah.
How do we...
Twitch doesn't require it. TV programs on YouTube. Twitch should require it because it's...
But why do they need to... What are we getting for our paying for it? What are we getting for our money? Because it doesn't seem...
The BBC.
That's it?
Yeah. It's just a
So
tax.
why can they charge me?
Because it's a tax, mate. Like income tax and all the other taxes and many more.
And many more.
You know?
God, I hate them.
Yeah. No, it is massively cunty, but it is required for pretty much anything that you do involving a television.
I hate you so much. I hate you.
I don't think we're going to top that, but if we got anything else that's suggested for the sea?
No, the only one that's on here, well, the one that maybe we can put it in the scene next. We got two things on there, and the one thing I've got here, but maybe I have to leave them because
We are short of time.
Barbenheimer or Barbieheimer, video game franchises that require a video essay to attempt to try and understand their ridiculous and convoluted plot lines, e.g., Assassin's Creed. A video essay. Well, I don't think I fully understand. You need to know so much about the game before you're properly engaged in the game. I don't think I fully understand that. The only thing I have left on here is Mars, but I can talk about Mars next week.
We've got 3 C-ready topics for future consumption. I mean, I'm not for clarity. I'm not going to put Barbenheimer in the C until I've seen either Oppenheimer or Barbie to determine if either of them are C-worthy. So come back to that in a few months when it's on like DVD or whatever the 2023 equivalent is.
I see, like a YouTube 40-minute essay breaking down all the games and their plots. What? So in order to play the latest version of it, if you have to catch up?
Yeah, if you're complaining about the fact that video game franchises have stories that run over several games, then you're not going to get much sympathy here. But a single standalone game with a story too complicated and you need people to explain it, then that's probably C-worthy. But I don't think that that's the case. I mean, just play the other games. That's a massive, massive first world problem.
I think we'll leave these ones maybe for next week, and I'll have a think about it. I think we might have got to the point of finishing this C segment, not least the fact that TV licensing, the cunts that they are.
You can't top it.
You can't top it. Let's get to the last segment, I think, because I need to de-stress. I'm so angry. I'm so angry, Jeremy.
It's always good when we take a high level of agitation into our final segment. I feel like that works for us.
And Harley, we'll give you, we'll discuss it at length at another point, so that we can give you a proper...
Please visit our Discord server, !Discord, and write the full explanation.
Fill your fucking boots, and you may well get your heart's desire. Section,
and then we'll discuss it on a future episode. Now, we have merely alluded to it as the final segment, but you all know what it is. And the name of that final segment is...
Am I the asshole?
Yes, you are.
Am I the asshole? No, it's the children who are wrong.
My mouse is the asshole. I still need a new mouse. I've been threatening to buy one for weeks.
Yes. Yes, you do. You've got a good one. I've got one which I haven't really properly read through. So I think I should read my one.
Unless you want this other one that I've got hidden
what's
away.
That one?
That one that you said, that sounds good. Yeah, read that one instead.
Okay, I'll read that one instead.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll still read that one first.
How many have you got there? 1 or 2?
I got 2.
Okay. I mean, maybe we need to decide whether we are going to ever read them or whether we just want to get rid of them. If we keep putting them off, then we'll see. You're supposed to read it out loud, mind. That's how this segment works.
Trying to see what it was like. Am I the arsehole?
Yes, you are.
For using the accessible bathroom to change my baby. I mean, aren't all bathrooms accessible?
No.
That's how you get in the bathroom.
Not that dude's bathroom. There's shit everywhere and you can't get past it.
Yeah, you're trying to open the door.
There's
something
access.
behind this. Just better leave it unopened.
It just won't open.
Yeah, my bathrooms are accessible.
I've accessed them twice today.
Yes.
Good pisses.
I, 21F, have a 4-month-old baby. And I took him to the store yesterday. He's a very calm baby, never really cries much. So I don't feel too bad about going on shopping trips with him. He ended up needing changed while we were there.
Ended up needing changed. What? Hello?
He ended up needing changed. One of your bathrooms is directly at the top of a flight of stairs. What's your point?
It's still accessible.
You can access it. The door opens.
Yeah.
You can walk up it.
With you?
It's accessible.
Yeah.
You have access to it.
Access is possible.
There isn't a brick wall in front of it.
No. There's no stopper or lock on it.
We're not putting things in the way.
No. Access is merely a case of opening the door.
Yeah. He never really cries much, so I don't feel too bad about going on shopping trips with him. He ended up needing changed while we were there, So I took him into the closest bathroom. I opened up the changing table, and it was genuinely disgusting. Probably because that bloke had a shit
Probably
on it.
had a shit on it, for sure, yeah.
I'm pretty sure there was baby poop on it.
Well, you'd hope so, on a baby changing table.
I mean...
I'd be more outraged if there was adult shit on it, frankly.
I couldn't even tell what else was on it.
That's fine.
Okay.
Carry on, then. If you don't know what it is, it's probably fine.
I have a diaper bag that turns into a portable changing table in the back section. Man, how Transformers has moved on. One of those days I just wanted Optimus Prime or Bumblebee, but nowadays the kids are wanting a diaper bag that turns into a table. Roll out! Do-do-do-do-do. Can
you imagine being that Transformer? Like, what are you? I'm a Corvette. I'm badass. What are you? I'm a camper van, which is kind of a bit like soccer momish, but it's still cool because I can still drive. What are you? I'm a baby diaper changing table.
I'm Pooptimus Prime.
I'm sorry, Jazz, what did you just say? Yeah, I'm a poopy diaper changing table. Right. And how do you feel about that? It's a bit shit, isn't it?
I want to see if there's an Autobot joke in here somewhere.
Autobotty.
That's where it's at. Ploptimus Prime. There you go. That is probably better. Ploptimus Prime is better than Pooptimus Prime.
Yeah.
Glad we got there.
You've got to go and see Jazz, the diaper changing table transformer, if you need your Autobotty changed.
I have a diaper bag into a changing table in the back section. It's pretty easy and quick to. That was a good impression of a transformer transforming.
Years of practice, mate.
Bumblebee.
It's a very British one, that.
So I went into the accessible stall and changed him as quickly as I could.
You might want to go back a few sentences because I think I was talking over it.
I think it doesn't really explain it very much. Basically, went to the closest bathroom, opened up the changing table. It was disgusting. I have a diaper bag that changes into a portable changing table, and it's pretty easy and quick to set up. So I went into the accessible stall, and all joking aside about our stairs and all that sort of stuff, I presume it means the kind of like the disabled stall, like the disabled toilet.
But apparently it's not cool to say disabled toilet or, thing anymore. That's why they say accessible.
Okay, fair enough. I've still seen it everywhere. I'm not trying to take a piss.
Yeah. It's not trying to take a piss there anyway, because it's not for him. He goes in the men's for that.
Autobot. That does work, especially in an American accent. As we were leaving the restroom, an older woman approaches us and very rudely tells me not to use the accessible restroom to change a baby ever.
Fuck off, cunt.
Is what I said. Auto H butts. Bow now 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 now. Roll out.
Do I have to roll out? Could I not just stay here in bed?
I just want to sit here.
That'd be great.
To change a baby ever, and that because I used it, she had to use a.
You went Eric Cartman. That is to change a baby ever.
Change a baby ever.
Screw you guys. I'm going into the accessible.
There is an episode, isn't there, where he has his own toilet or something like that?
He does. Yeah, man. Talk about not kosher. South Park. Full stop. But it's fucking hilarious.
And that because I used it, she had to use a regular stall, and those make her legs hurt. I said I was sorry, and she called me an arsehole, and I told her, and told me I needed to learn common sense. I should have told her, you might well have an issue with this, but you don't need to be rude. And because you've been rude, invalidates everything you're saying. So why don't you fuck off? She didn't say that. My husband agrees with me, but I told a friend about this, and she told me I was a jerk. What kind of friends do you have that's going to say you're a jerk? I would never tell my friend, like, when they're trying to get my opinion, I wouldn't say, you're a jerk. I'd probably just like, well, I don't know, maybe she's got a good point. I probably wouldn't just be like, you're a jerk. I just don't know.
I don't even think I'd be that mild, to be honest. Like, yeah, you were being a cunt, actually.
Boomer giving their 2 cents when no one asked. Kelsa Breeze. Yeah. I think she might be... Well, I don't know how old this woman is. She might be even beyond Boomer. Boomer sounds like a Transformer as well.
I think Boomer was a transformer.
Meow,
Actually.
now, now. Transforms into a really cheap house. Meow, now, 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 now. Beep.
Boomer was the name of one of the tugs in the show Tugs. And since Boomer became a derogatory term for baby boomers, somebody went back and pulled out a clip of like the yard master person.
Oh, right.
Shouting from the megaphone, "Okay, Boomer!" And obviously there was more to that sentence, but that
was the only bit they could.
Okay, Boomer!
I mean, am I the arsehole for using the accessible bathroom to change my baby? No. Who gives a fuck?
No. What was the reason that they said?
That she was an arsehole?
Yeah, about the disabled toilet and why she wasn't able to use it.
Because I used it. Because she had to use a regular stool and those make her legs hurt. You should never use it because basically what she's saying is this needs to at all times be kept open for people who need this accessible toilet because you need it. I might need it.
But what if there is another disabled person in the disabled toilet when the disabled person
that would be okay.
But how does so if she could wait for another disabled person to use the disabled toilet, surely she could also wait for a not disabled person to finish using the disabled toilet.
I mean, she could.
Had you considered waiting and not forcing yourself into a stall that wasn't suitable for you, rather than
because you would have had in other situations you would have had to wait.
Yes.
You opted not to because you didn't know. Oh, you didn't know.
No.
You didn't know that
your ass better call somebody.
I'm so used to just saying the whole thing. I thought I can't keep saying the whole thing, but that was a very. That was a perfect one.
It's just because I was waiting for you to say a sentence that it would follow on nicely from, and you set me up beautifully. Thank you very much.
Because I think you don't know. Oh,
it doesn't matter what you think.
You don't know that person hasn't got accessible issues. You didn't know until they came out, and then you had to go. But like. If you'd have waited, you could have gone in, but you didn't. You went in somewhere else. So.
And Aletha makes another good point. How could you say that to someone when they might have an invisible disability? Yes, not all disabilities are visible.
Yeah.
So basically, you've just called someone out without having any of the facts, and you could have just fucking waited.
I think you are fine. You know, cunt's gonna cunt, you know?
It's not that you just went straight into the accessible toilet because, fuck everyone else. You tried the one that is designed for your needs first, found it to be unsuitable, and went for the next best option.
Yeah. Don't worry. Hey, listen. Don't even lose sleep over it. Don't even think about it. Don't even think about it for a second. This is just, people poking their nose in when it ain't their business. People giving a fuck when it ain't their turn to give a fuck.
Give us the question again.
Am I the arsehole for using the accessible bathroom to change my baby?
No, not even a little bit. You are not the arsehole.
Bow now.
Oh, you didn't ass? Your ass better ass some ass. Ass.
I can't remember, but someone said I was with someone the other day. Someone said suck it. I can't remember who suck it. And I said, and if you're not down with that, I got 2 words for you. And then no one said anything, and I was like,
Guys, come on, anyone?
Yeah. Just like, where's Jez? I said I almost text you to say, and if you're not down with that, I was almost going to text you just so you could say.
So I could send it, and you could go, see, this is the correct response. Yeah, the only good thing about Twitter changing their name to X is there have been lots of memes running around the internet today of list of people who like the new name for Twitter, and it's like Triple H, Shawn Michaels, X-Pac,
yeah,
Road Dog, Billy Gunn, China, end of list.
You think you can tell us what to do?
But yeah, Twitter is X now.
What?
Yeah.
X gon' give it to you.
Yeah. And it is X gon' give it to you for £8 a month or some shit.
What?
Yeah.
So does that mean I can't get onto it now? Is Twitter dead? Because I've got a Twitter app.
No, you can get onto it.
Right.
And it looks exactly the same, other than it's got an X in the corner in some shit free font. You couldn't even bother to come up with a decent logo.
Mm.
Yeah. No, but Twitter officially died the day that Elon Musk took over.
The day the music died.
It's not Twitter anymore.
Something touched us deep inside.
So there you go.
Well, listen. I think it's time. It's time for you to read your one, and us to react. I'm gonna get a Coke.
Okay. Could you throw some water in there for me?
Pour some sugar on me.
In the name of cunt. And it's a Unicode character, so he can't copyright it. Yeah. I mean, you can't copyright a fucking letter anyway. Like, there's nothing clever about it. He is le dumbest of le dumb. Is old Elon. Which is why it's funny that there's an episode of Star Trek where Elon Musk is listed amongst, like, history's greatest scientists. That has not aged well at all. And they'll probably edit it for future generations.
I don't know much about Elon Musk.
Lucky you.
But all I know is that he seemed to suddenly appeared. Suddenly was suddenly there, like Jeff Bezos was suddenly there, suddenly amongst us. And I didn't know who these people are. And they'll talk about him. I don't know who the fuck you're talking about. And so who's Elon Musk? And they're like, oh, he made the Tesla. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, oh, so he's like he's an inventor, he's a scientist. Yeah. And then suddenly, the next thing I knew about Elon Musk is he'd gone insane. And that's my story. That's my timeline of Elon Musk. It's like
That is pretty much the timeline of Elon Musk.
Am I right in saying he didn't exist? He made a car, and then he turned into a Fruit Loop.
I mean, the getting a fuckload of money happened after he made the Tesla.
He owns Tesla. Okay, literally, this is proving my point. I don't know anything about the guy, and then there was a car, and then he just went insane. And then
I don't know if he actually had any involvement in making the Tesla, or whether he just bankrolled it.
He isn't an inventor of anything. This is what I mean. I don't know. It's just like
he has an underwater mansion. Okay,
that's crazy.
Fine.
Shows you how much I really literally know nothing.
Yeah,
and nor do I care. So that's why I don't.
I mean, if you didn't know he was a cunt,
let's
open your eyes.
In the last,
he's providing evidence on the daily.
I don't see any of it or look at any of that. But I know theme tunes to wrestling. That's important to know. That's important information. I know how to quote Simpsons. That's important information. I don't know a single fact, it would seem, about Elon Musk.
Well, you do. You said he made the Tesla.
Yeah, he made the Tesla, and his name is Elon Musk. People love to lick his boots. Basically, he just has a bunch of money and terrible opinions.
Not the worst opinions, though,
I have half
comparatively to the other people who have a bunch of money. Like, on a sliding scale of cunt with money, Elon Musk was probably the tamest of them until he took Twitter and ruined it. I don't know. Maybe I've just missed some of the shit he said. I have no idea. Anyway, shall we do the final arsehole?
Yes. Because then you say it, and I can say yes when you say am I the arsehole, and I always like that bit.
Okay. Is Alex the arsehole?
Yes. I still enjoyed it.
Nailed it. Fuck Shedstore.
Boom.
Am I the arsehole?
You are.
Am I the arsehole for telling my friend to look after her own kid?
Oh, one of these.
Am I the arsehole for telling my friend to look after her own kid?
Man, we had one of these last week, didn't we?
It comes up a lot.
It does.
People don't want to look after their own fucking kids.
People have kids, and then they get confused about the responsibilities that follow. Here's a top tip for you all. Don't have children. I'm just saying now, don't have children.
Unless they're like mine. In which
yes,
case,
but you can't be certain they're going to be like Jez's.
Unless I raise them.
Yes, which you won't.
Which I won't, no.
No.
Because that's not my kid.
No. That's not my kid.
Thank you. Glad you got it.
I did get it.
I just had my hands full at the time, so it was a bit delayed.
I liked it.
I, 27F, and a friend,
yes.
24F. Are you just approving lecherously at the ages of these women?
It's just being stupid.
Yes, 27, that's a fine vintage. 24, an even finer vintage.
I was just in such a stupid mood all of a sudden. I just... Please start again.
Hannah has a glowing end of year report. Oh yeah, good. Well, I haven't read it yet, so no spoilers, please.
Yeah, well, they're all kids. Well, she's in the first class, right? Everyone gets a glowing end of year report, right?
I'm not sure they will. I've seen some of her classmates. It's like 30 potatoes.
24 and 27 right now.
Shall we?
Oh, God.
But accurate?
No, I know what to say, you know.
I was just waiting for the end of the sentence.
I don't really know.
Would you like me to move on?
Please.
Quickly and swiftly and without delay. I, 27F, and a friend, 24F, have kids the same age. 2.
2 kids.
No, well, yes, but they're also 2.
Right.
2 kids.
Is this a puzzle?
Both alike in tuity.
They're Verona, where we lay our kids.
And then we leave them because that's probably someone else's job to watch them, right?
From ancient kids break to new mutiny. I just keep doing. I know that first bit quite well.
I think that's the bit that everybody knows.
Everyone
and then
should know that bit.
Something about Tybalt.
Where civil blood
whatever.
makes civil kids unclean.
Yeah, stupid kids kill themselves. Probably should have just eloped. Fine. Yeah. By the way, any thoughts about the age 2? You had strong feelings about 27 and 24. Like your opinion on 2?
I have no opinion on any of these ages.
Okay. I don't believe you. We recently did a girls' beach trip.
Uh-huh.
I left my child at home with my husband for the first time, and in consequence, for the first time in 2 years, was child-free. Parentheses. My husband does what he can regarding our kid, and does a lot.
Ah, kid. Was it someone in Oasis? Was it Liam?
I say maybe. Thank you very much. She'll be here all night.
Oh, dear.
My husband does what he can regarding our kid. My husband does what he can regarding our kid, and does a lot, but is gone a lot for work, so I've never been apart from my kid for more than a few hours before someone says I have a husband issue. That isn't the issue here. All right, mate. You're right in the fucking ITER.
You know.
You've got the shit husbands. Calm the fuck down. My friend brought her child, which no one in the group had a problem with at all. Except, my friend has a habit of letting, or rather, forcing, others to watch/parent her kid.
Of course.
Every time we hang out, she kind of checks out, goes on her phone or wanders off or sort of dumps her kid onto the friend group. Well, on this beach trip, parentheses, overnight, she did that to me.
Of course.
Now remember, this is the first time in a long time that I've been kid-free. Yeah, that was
We
like
know this.
3
We
sentences
get it.
ago. Like, I've got a shit memory, but it's not that bad.
We're with you.
Jesus.
We're with you.
This is the first time in a long time that I've been kid-free. Parentheses, of at least my kid-free.
Mm.
And here she is, dumping her kid on me.
Just say no.
Just live more.
You don't have to say yes. I mean, I know you're still doing this, but surely she goes, listen, I'm just going to go and do X, whatever X is. Here's my kid. You just go, no.
X is the new name for Twitter, mate. We covered this.
I'm just going to go and do the new Twitter. If you could, you know.
Does say she's on her phone a lot.
Ah,
That's
makes
what
sense.
she's doing.
Okay, that would make
She's zeeting.
Zeeting is not cheating. But what I will say is
what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
That's what they're calling it now.
Vegas sounds like a great alien name. Sorry to cut you off.
Vegas.
But
Vegas does sound like an alien.
Kang, Kodos, and Vegas.
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 It was just.
I'm going to put this down because I think we've broken the episode for now.
It's just, you know, I've been in such a good mood all the way through. That's why when you were talking, I was like, because I was just like really eager to like respond to everything. I don't know why. I can't explain myself. I've gone a little bit crazy. I don't know what you're doing. But at any rate, you could just say, no, I don't want to. I'm here, baby free. Give me a fucking break. Episode is broken. I'm broken. But carry on, because don't do so. Don't say that.
No, that would be the sensible option, wouldn't it? And here she is, dumping her kid on me. Literally, just picked him up and went right on the top of you while you were trying to sunbathe. Her kid is asking me to play with them, walk with them, kid stuff. And I just want a break! Caps. That's why I shouted, it's break in caps.
I see.
But here my friend is, playing on her phone, just totally checked out.
Fuck you, man.
I tried to redirect her kid back to her, saying, oh, you should probably ask your mom to play.
This really rings a bell, actually. I swear we've had this one all of a sudden.
No, definitely not this one.
Okay. You really should, because it was you should ask your mum to, yes, carry on anyway. Because it suddenly became really familiar just at that moment.
Yeah, it's probably because you found it. It's from your printer. So,
oh, is it?
Yeah. So you probably read it already.
Oh, maybe.
That's
maybe.
Familiar.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, you should probably ask your mum to play. To which she says, without missing a beat, no, you have more patience for kid's name. Anyway,
what?
You play with him.
No! It's your kid! Oh my god.
My blood fucking boiled.
I'm not surprised.
And I explained to her that I left my kid at home because I wanted to be kid-free for the night and not babysit hers.
No, I just leave. Just leave. Just leave.
She rolled her eyes and I just lost it.
You rolled your eyes? Oh, fuck yourself. Rolled your eyes at me. Fucking hell.
Man.
So angry.
We're gonna need a scale here. This bitch rolling her eyes, or the TV licensing people.
TV license people, they're absolute cunts. Fuck off, die.
Wow, we found his limit.
This girl is a saint compared to them. Fuck you.
She was on a break.
I'm so angry with those guys.
Love it.
Just in case you didn't know. Don't work for them.
She rolled her eyes and I just lost it and told her to stop being lazy and watch your own kid.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, she was pissed. But the rest of the group had my back. But my friend was so angry, I can't help but feel like I'm in the wrong.
You are not.
That's it. Am I the arsehole? Doesn't say that, but that's the question.
No. And so say all of us. Yeah, you say no.
I get increasingly annoyed watching other people not parent their children.
Yeah.
Like at school gates, at parties, just out in the wild,
drug
everywhere.
Dens.
Yeah, especially in the drug dens. There's not a parent in sight there. Lots of kids in the drug dens, but no parents. Yeah. And it's like, why did you have this kid?
If you don't care.
Yeah.
And some of them were like, because my relationship was falling out apart, and I thought maybe if I had a kid, it would get it together again. You know? That's right.
And it's stuff like this that fucking breaks my heart. Like, the kid asking to play with them, walk with them, kid stuff. And it's like, yeah, because they're not getting that fucking attention from their own parents.
You've got much more patience. I don't give a shit. It's a good job I brought them so they could be properly parented by you. It's like, I just wanted to have a margarita, and you fucked it all up.
Not gonna lie, Jazz, it's not gonna get better from here on. They will parent their kid even less as the kid gets older. Oh yeah.
Don't have
kids.
Get me wrong.
I know.
Don't have kids. Don't have kids. Don't get a TV license. Don't have kids. Because also, kids want to watch TV, and then you will have to get one. Get some Think of all the margaritas you could buy with that kid money.
And that sweet, sweet TV license money.
Yeah.
How much is a margarita these days?
I don't know, £9.
Okay, that's like...
Or?
Several margaritas. I'm not doing maths. Fuck you. You do the maths.
Yeah. It's like the Am I the Arseholes where people complain about the kids being wild when the parents just don't parent. Yes, and I saw your parenthesis comment earlier, which...
Oh, yes, I saw that as well, and it was
quite,
excellent.
quite neatly put.
Allow me to revisit it and read it out like we did it at the time.
Where is it? I don't
There
know.
it is.
Oh, there. She loves parentheses, but not two parents. That's head sideways. Good.
Yeah, she loves parentheses, but not to parent these. It's even better, isn't it?
That is better. That is better.
I took your pun and out fucking punned you.
Yeah. Raised your pun. This is one big workshop and I love it.
It's like double pun.
Don't have kids. Don't get a TV license. That's true. This is how I feel. Don't have kids. Don't get a TV license. Fuck Shed Store.
Fuck Shed Store.